And this is Hitman.
And this is Prodigy.
And what's going on, everybody? My name is Jimmy.
Yeah, we are. We got a special guest here today in the studio, Jimmy. So I got a couple questions for you. So everybody knows my gaming background, Hitman's, Prodigy's. So I got a couple questions for you. So question number one, what is your favorite video game? Number two, what is the video game that you played? Well, let's go with one, and then we'll go for it. What's your favorite video game of all time?
I'll have to say Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, PS1. That's what put me. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. And then
Very good choice.
Hitman's happy.
Because that is also my very favorite video game of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that, and I think it's very close with Resident Evil too. The Resident Evil genre. It just anything.
So PlayStation 1 games, the top two. That's awesome.
Even though I did begin, I started with the NES, and then I became like a Genesis. I'm a Genesis fanboy. N64.
Oh
yeah, I jumped around a little bit, and then finally,
in those days you could do that.
Yeah. Different times.
Nowadays it's different.
Yeah, different times. Sega was still a player, You got the Dreamcast. I did get the Dreamcast too.
Mm-hmm.
And I did play the Dreamcast I really got the Dreamcast for the Marvel vs. Capcom games. That was like a for sure thing. And
So the first console you ever owned was an NES.
NES. Yeah.
How old were you when you had the
7.
Oh, so you and I are pretty much around the same age then.
Well, I'm about I'm in my 30s, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s too. So you got the Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So my question, the other question, well, what was the game that actually changed your mind about gaming? See, for me, what changed my mind about gaming was Metal Gear, because I grew up with NES and I played, Contra, and I played freaking Mario and Tecmo Bowl and Paperboy, and then I played a bunch of other games. But when I played Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, I'm like, dude, if video games could do this is amazing. And that's what kind of changed my mind about gaming and took it to the next level. A lot of people that look at gamers, they think, these gamers are a bunch of nerds or a bunch of, like that. But to me, that's what kind of changed the whole way I thought about gaming. So that's my question. What was the game that did that for you?
I think for me, it was Metal Gear Solid, because it's the simple fact I love the sneaking type games. I love when games have a strong story. Mm-hmm. That one really captivated me to keep playing it. I wanted to know the characters, what was going on, and
the espionage and
espionage, correct? Yeah, and the other thing is, weapons. What blew my mind was the whole deal with Psycho Mantis. Like when you had to change the.
Oh man,
that was like, yo, and he was reading the stuff in your memory card, and you're like, yo, hold on, what's going on here? What sorcery is going on here? That really put it for me, like, yo, boof,
ahead of its time. Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
That is a fine selection of wine, man. Sir. Very fine selection.
What about the other question?
What was the other question? I forgot.
The best game you've played.
Lately or ever?
Best game ever?
It's because at least that's a question I remember you asking, like Alex, Hitman or myself.
Yeah, because for me, my favorite game of all time is different than the game that I played that is the best of all time. Okay, example.
That's a trick question.
My favorite game of all time is actually God of War. That's my favorite game of all time.
The first one?
Yeah.
The very first
one? No, this one. The one that just came out.
The one I started playing 2018. Recently?
That's backwards. That's the best game I've ever played is the God of War game.
Oh, okay.
But my favorite game of all time would be the Metal Gear Solid game.
So best game you've ever played? Yeah.
Because the best game might not be your favorite game.
Yeah. That's tough, man. I'm going to have to say Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Yeah. That, until the new one, that was like my...
Did you like the way they remade it?
Oh, yeah.
So if you were to have to choose between the old one or the new one...
No, the new one all the way.
Okay.
No,
I still want to know why they made Chris Redfield's hair the way they did. I still don't understand that. His hair was never like that in the other games.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I think Chris Redfield back in the days looked very generic, man. And I think they wanted to give him more like a personality. More
Make it
to
more-
stand
I
out,
guess,
you
I
know?
guess.
I think that's what it is.
It wasn't very tactical
Have you seen
here.
how he looks now?
Tactical.
The way he looks now recently with Resident Evil 7, Biohazard.
I have, yes.
Yeah, he looks. He doesn't look like Part 5. I mean,
No.
they keep changing him up. I guess they haven't clicked with him.
I
yet.
don't. Yeah, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
a different hairstylist in that
Yeah.
world there. It's,
Yeah, he
it's
goes with
strange.
the trends, you know.
Biohazard's a very good game. I didn't get to finish it.
I can't
but
wait for Village. Village looks like it's gonna be a
Village,
freaking
looks
crazy
crazy.
game.
I like it when they stay in the urban parts of the game. When they start going into like the village, like Resident Evil 4, kind of threw me away. I don't remember if it was in like East Africa or something or.
It was in Spain. It was like
Or
in
in
Europe
Spain.
and Spain. But the thing is that
Yeah.
that game kind of like it's set.
No,
So what
no,
the-
not 4. I apologize.
Yeah.
That's what Leon with
Yeah.
part 5 was in like a sandy.
They went too crazy with
That-
the
that's
action.
when they
I
st-
did
yeah.
not like
punching
that one.
boulders and all that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I
That,
agree
that's
with
when
you
they
on that.
went to more an action instead of a survival game.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, I'd rather them keep that in a survival. So now let's get into a little bit of the video game news of the week. So most of you guys know that this week was the video game awards. I was about to say music awards for some stupid reason. The video awards. I think Jeff Keighley did a really good job of spacing it out and actually doing the show and everything. I actually appreciate him putting in the work and making this happen, because if he wouldn't put in all the work, we wouldn't have a video game award. So it's good, and I appreciate his work. So we're going to go over a couple of the categories that they actually did. And we're going to give our opinions, and then we're also going to go by who won. So the first one, Prodigy did it backwards. He should have left the best for last.
Sorry, we don't talk about that.
So the first one, we're going to go the game of the year. So I would like for all of us to say what game they thought should be game of the year and the reason why.
At the same
real
time?
quick. Yeah. And then, all four of us at the same time. And then Prodigy will let us know
Let's see what our answers
who
were.
actually won. So for game of the year, we'll go with Prodigy first, and then we'll work our way back to me. And that's how we'll continue doing it. Prodigy?
So I say what I wanted to win.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted Animal Crossing's New Horizons.
Interesting.
As you can tell, I started laughing because it's a joke.
No, man, that's a good game.
Yes.
I
very-
mean, I did clock in over 200 hours, but we don't ask
it
questions.
has.
And
Um,
150
it
that I
should've
was
been up
doing the
there.
turnips.
Yeah, it was the illegal turnip exchanges. Ghost is my pick for game of the year.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh,
Interesting.
Next, who's next?
I guess that would be me.
I wonder what you chose.
It was the last Ghost of Tsushima.
That's a good one. I like
And
that.
why'd you choose Ghost of Tsushima? Him?
Like,
Because to answer the second question that you asked, Jimmy, if that question had been asked to me today, Ghost of Tsushima would be the best game I've ever played.
Okay, but it's not your favorite game.
And it would be, in my opinion, game of the year on every category.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm part of the Ghost of Tsushima's tribe as well.
And why?
It's just fresh. It's new. There's a lot of dynamics of the game that allowed you to be like, yo, I'm playing something new. You know, this is completely something different. It's very artistic. You can grow attached to the character. It has a really good story, and you know, it has that good versus like it has a different paths. You know, that you can take. Which I like in the game because it makes you want to replay the game. It has replayability.
Very, very big replay value.
Yeah, man, it has a lot of depth. That's why I think it should definitely win the.
And it is massive.
Yeah.
The world is massive.
Well, I think hands down, Ghost of Tsushima should have won, and there's no if, ands, or buts about it. I'm actually surprised at who won because I already know who won, but I can't believe Ghost of Tsushima did not win. As far as world building, it being an open world, the way the world looked, that opening scene when the Mongols come in and take over the village and all, just that one scene, I was left with my mouth open. The way
Hooked.
it looked, colors, light, everything. Just the environment, the world building, I think was by far like amazing. And the multiplayer, which no one talks about, it's really good. It's fun.
Multiplayer is
to
very
play.
good. So I don't know if for the fans that haven't watched, who won Game of the Year?
Prodigy's gonna let us know now.
We're gonna do it at the end, or we're gonna keep going.
And the winner is
Last of Us.
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us Part 2.
Probably should have been last on this list.
Rigged.
Last of Us 2 is to me, I play Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 is a really good game. It's a great game, but it's basically like Last of Us 1, but just with just continuing the story. That's why I didn't consider it Game of the Year. For me, Game of the Year was Ghost of Tsushima because it was a whole totally different game and brought something new to the table. Like Jimmy said, a bunch of new ways of thinking of. Instead of, I'm going to point an arrow and show you like a road, it let you, follow the wind.
So I didn't play this game yet. I don't regret not buying it, which I didn't buy it. It actually was loaned to me, and I still haven't played it. The video, I waited to get Ghosts, and I'm glad I did. Because after seeing videos of the gameplay, and I saw videos of one of the characters you play with, I was like, this is not the game I expected. Completely threw me off. It wasn't the game I expected. I don't know if I will end up playing it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. But I am looking at this list. I'm looking at other games on there. You're saying Animal Crossings as a joke, but it's far better game than Last of Us. I mean, if we're gonna go off a 2013 Game of the Year, then let's go do that.
I mean, if we're going off on games that pushed or did something new or changed something completely, like we mentioned Ghost did, you can look at other games. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a game that wasn't the same. It's not the same Final Fantasy VII as from before.
Sure.
Because they turned it from it's
completely
an action RPG
it's
now.
Almost like a huge revamp.
I don't see that Final Fantasy should be on that list. It should be something new.
I think there was a lack this year. That's why games. Yeah. Some of
I think they just whoever picked the games did a crappy job because I think Star Wars.
Why wasn't
Fallen
that up
Order
there?
should have been there because last year came out right before the Game Awards, so it wasn't considered. I really, really liked Star Wars Fallen Order.
Actually, I think continue.
But yeah, there's a lot of games that could have been on this list that weren't on this list. I don't care who was on this list. There was only one game that should have won, and it was Ghost of Tsushima.
And that was the game that I said last year when we had the April Fool's Ghost of their canceling that game will be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And it should have been.
Yeah.
It got stolen away.
It didn't win. Maybe, I don't care.
Well, let's go to the next question.
Let's go to the
right?
next.
Yeah,
so best game direction.
We'll go through it quickly.
Yeah, real quick. I chose Ghost of Tsushima, of course. Jimmy.
Ditto.
3-peat.
Prodigy.
I don't know what you guys are going with. I was gonna add on, but Ghost.
Okay, so it was best game direction. So we all chose it because of the same thing, because it different direction, something new, something different. What won?
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2. Okay.
How that going game direction? I have no idea because it was the same direction, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I chose, because it was something different, something new, and
As a matter of fact, all these games weren't new except for Hades.
Hades is different. Half-Life Alyx is
actually vastly different. Yeah.
That's a VR game, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Yes.
We have it here.
We
Maybe afterwards you can play it, but it is the best VR game you can play.
Better than Wolfenstein? There's
Wolfenstein VR?
No, the Wolfenstein does not
the-
compare.
Can't hold the
compare?
jockstrap
Yeah.
like you say in
Yeah,
sports.
Alex is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Best narrative. So in
I'm
this case,
scared to
I
hear the
chose Last of Us.
Very well written. I can definitely respect that answer. 100%.
Because from when the game started and the way the story goes and the way it ends up, I have to say that story-wise, they did a really good job.
I'm going to go with my boy Jin again.
Okay.
Yeah. Ghost.
Jin Sakai, man. Of
Okay.
course.
Prodigy?
I would have to agree with Google here. Also, because the sole fact that I haven't, this is going to sound bad, but I haven't played Ghost.
Okay. That's fine.
So I don't know the narrative. Right?
Wait till you do. You'll
Yeah.
call me and say,
But
Alex, I
but
changed
like
my mind.
but like Kuko mentioned, you know, at least I played and beat Last of Us Remastered the week before Last of Us Part 2 came out. So I played it all through.
And the story is well written.
The story's amazing.
Very
amazingly
well written. At least the
And
first
I
one.
was uberly excited for Last of Us Part 2.
I think a lot of people were.
And going through it in the beginning,
It's a good game.
It was great.
And the story is really good. I know a lot of people have their ifs and ands about the politics and the whole, social justice stuff. See, like I see past that. I don't see it as like something. I'm like, okay, it's in it. I get it. I understand what they're trying to do, but like the story behind like Joel, Ellie, and that stuff, to me, I thought that was a good written story.
But hear this. So I know that we have two games that we feel strongly about, right? In terms of this question.
Yeah.
The story being written, and who won and who should have won, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the list of the games that are on here, and two of them being the two controversial games here are both exclusives.
Yeah. Oh no. And so is Final Fantasy.
No, I'm saying at least between Ghost and Last of Us. So they're being the PlayStation
Final Fantasy
PlayStation
too.
guy. Final Fantasy 2.
And,
You want to throw it in there.
and we talked about it
There's
last
not an
year.
Xbox game.
No.
We talked about it last year. I don't know if you remember. If you look up, and maybe Project can do it, and look up when's the last time an Xbox exclusive game won Game of the Year. You have to go
Game
back.
of the Year or got nominated?
No, one.
One.
I want to know when's the last time
my
they
goodness.
won.
Now,
Game
if you
of
want to
the
go by nominated, it's not even
Year.
on
No,
here.
they get nominated a couple of times, but for them to win one, but an exclusive. I know that one year you had The Walking Dead, but that's a multi-platform one. I'm
So
talking about
my
the last
point is
exclusive.
that they're great games.
Yeah, no,
they're
yeah.
great games. Like we're competing within. They're competing within themselves.
Yeah,
So to speak.
and like I said, like I voted for best narrative, Last of Us, but for me, overall best game was Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not saying that Ghost of Tsushima is not a good story. I love the story, but like at the end of Last of Us, I was like, damn, this is crazy, because there's a thing that happens at the end that leaves you kind of like, oh,
Cliffhanger.
yeah.
That's
So
good.
best performance, that's we're talking about acting wise or performing in the game. I selected Jin. I think he did a great job. If I could have, I would have gave all of the actors and performers from that game. They all did a freaking phenomenal job. I think they did a better job than Marco Polo, the TV show for Netflix.
And that was a good show too.
And that was a good show.
Really good show.
All right, Jimmy, what do you think? Who's best performance as an actor? I'm assuming, unless there was
Miles Morales. No, I'm just kidding.
Really.
He did good too, though.
He did good, but what's up with that voice, man? Could you?
that
It was
that
like,
is part of the acting.
You had to like really get used to it,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But no, I'm gonna go with Jin too. I really got invested into his character, and I wanted to see him progress, and it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw a curveball here.
Yeah.
Ashley Johnson as Ellie for sure.
Yeah.
I love Jin Sakai. Don't get me wrong, but I thought that she played an amazing role and has been in that character.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm gonna agree with him, man. There. Also, because again, like I mentioned before, I haven't played Ghost, but out of these,
but I haven't played.
like how-
I haven't played Last of Us, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
But
you know, I think Ellie, she continued and did a great job. I think also, even when it comes to, let's say, like, I guess if you could even say motion capture goes into it because they have to express with faces and stuff.
They're acting too.
Yeah. So I think Ellie did a really, really good job continuing on as an older version of herself in this game. And I liked it.
And the winner was
What's her name?
Laura Bailey.
Laura Bailey, which is Abby from The Last of Us Part 2.
And which that super surprised me.
Yes.
interesting.
Not because she did a bad job. The part that surprised me is that Laura Bailey back there looks nothing like Abby.
Is that the chick with the big arms?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That doesn't
Like
make
she
any
looks,
sense.
she looks cute as hell, man. And then Abby's like
Does it even look like this? No, they don't even look alike.
No,
not at all.
Yeah, because they didn't remember this game.
Yeah.
They didn't do face capturing in 2013. So
What was this game that first came out for Xbox? The one that she has like her face painted blue. I played it. I can't remember the name. Right
Hellblade.
Hellblade. Man, that was really good too.
She won last year. Yeah, she did. And you know, she's actually one of the creators of the game. They used her to do the motion capturing and voice.
I follow her on my Instagram though. It's pretty cool. And she was actually doing the next one now. Really
interesting.
Nice.
So best multiplayer game. So they have Animal Crossing, Among Us, Call of Duty, Fall Guys, and Valorant. What do you guys pick?
Fall Guys.
Wait, no, you skipped. It's not. Wait.
We'll go back to that one.
Okay.
Best performance, right?
So best.
sorry.
Best multiplayer.
So best multiplayer, I say Fall Guys.
I messed up. I was supposed to do best
Okay,
ongoing.
so Hitman has Fall Guys.
Even though I love Call of Duty, Fall Guys is awesome.
Kuko?
Jimmy's got Among Us.
I got Among Us for the simple fact that
'Cause you're
yeah,
sus?
man, this thing blew up. Huh?
Because you're sus.
Yo, because everyone's playing it. Everyone is playing it.
Like,
All
it really
ages.
made an impact, and you know they took something very basic. You know, like if you ever play Clue, I mean, you know how to play.
Yeah.
So everybody can play it.
And their idea was that they created it on mobile because friends always get together and they all have their phone and they could just start playing together. I thought that was a great
At
idea.
any place you want.
Yeah. So I would have picked Apex. It's not even on here. I wrote it in. I put it right in.
Wow.
Put Apex. I think Apex should have won.
There's a reason why it's not on this list.
It came out last year, right?
Yeah. Came out last year.
Among Us came out 2 years ago. Come on.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out 2 years ago.
But
it just became popular this year.
It just okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but I can see why Among Us.
It's because they released it on mobile this year. Is what happened.
That's what blew
Oh.
up. It came out on
Yes.
PC 2 years ago.
but it
It,
came out on
it makes
mobile.
sense more on mobile though. I really do.
Yeah, and
You
that's
don't
why
need
it blew
you don't
up.
Need a PS5 for that.
And you know what else helped it?
Coronavirus!
That's why Animal Crossing.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Animal Crossings as well.
That's what kind of helped it
So-
during the coronavirus. Everybody was playing it, but yeah. So who won, Prodigy?
Among Us.
Wow. Yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. That is
So we'll go back to the best ongoing game. I kind of skipped that by mistake. It's got Apex, Destiny, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
I would think your answer is Apex.
In this case, I didn't pick Apex.
Really? What? That is so surprising. All right. So Kuko, what'd you pick?
I picked No Man's Sky.
Really?
Really?
What?
Interesting.
If you think of when the game first came out
Yeah.
and how everybody trashed it, and they added all this new stuff, the players being able to finally link up, they added freaking VR, they added a bunch of stuff. If you think of where it started and where it is now, it is completely night and day. Apex, if you think about it, all they did was add like 3 maps and a couple characters, which is a lot.
But at the same time, you're thinking of ongoing. I'm not arguing here against your. I'm just saying ongoing. you gotta
Apex
think of it
added
as
3 maps,
in a thing.
and No Man's Sky added like thousands of universes. Don't give me no crap.
That's not what I'm saying. Ongoing isn't the amount of content. If not, it's how it's continued to go
To grow.
through everything.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
With player base, player count.
Okay,
just in
think of
general.
all the people that have started going to play No Man's Sky.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
or agreeing.
it's
I'm
come a
just
long way.
saying.
If they've made if they optimize it for Series X, I think something happened because I know that game had a really bad rap when it first came out, right? Yeah.
Yes. When it came out for PlayStation, a lot of people were angry
Terrible.
because what they promised wasn't what came out. Like for example, when they announced it, I told him, dude, we can go to this planet and we could raid and we could do space pirates and
It was
and
massive
you and I
game that they
could
were selling.
all of us could create a clan and we could go do this stuff because that's what it looked like. But and then when it came out, like I couldn't even invite my friends to play with me. And they would spawn in another universe, and for the chances of you finding your friends in different universes
when
would
they
never
finally-
happen.
When they finally found each other on the same planet, 2 people were streaming together and trying to find each other for a long time. And when they did, it ended up being that you couldn't even see the player models, and the day of time was different. Like it was just a bunch of
And
stuff.
that's
Nonsense.
They fixed all that stuff, and now
They
it's
added multiplayer, base building. It's just a lot. So Jimmy, what was your pick for best ongoing?
I'm gonna go with Apex 2, for the fact that I know when that game came out, EA was like
Dying.
Yeah, and in essence,
Is it not dead?
And Apex is backpacking them now.
Yeah, but I think that Apex pretty much, and it was a free to play game,
Mm-hmm.
and it caught people by surprise. So it's something that I know not as much people are playing as of when it first came out. But I mean, they've added little things, and it is fun to play. It's a fun game to play.
Well, my brother and Prodigy bought PS5 so they can continue playing that.
No,
Oh, yeah.
not until mine broke, so I can't
I
play
mean,
it
it's better
anymore.
than Fortnite. But
Your PS5 broke?
My PS5
Also,
is
I love you,
messed up.
Jimmy. You're just like me,
What?
dude.
Yeah.
Fortnite,
Yes.
we're
Well,
Fortnite.
we're gonna have to talk about that. That's shocking.
Yes.
So best ongoing game for me,
It's Call of
I'm gonna
Duty.
I have to vote for two people because I gotta vote for Clouds, Hard Clouds, which is Jake, which is
Okay.
Fortnite,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which I think it is one of the best ongoing games. And I'm not a Fortnite player, but it is one of the best ongoing games, hands down. Those people are
They
geniuses,
just
man.
do a good job.
The
They-
fact
they're
that
just
I'm been
smart.
investing into skins and crap and all that stuff that I have no idea is a fact that it makes it the best.
That's the problem.
But my
that's
vote is Call of Duty, of course, Warzone, a multiplayer.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta vote for two people on that, just on that particular.
Yeah, I
topic.
know. Jake loves Fortnite,
My
and
God.
like I've always said it, Fortnite. I don't like it as a game. I think it is what it is. But I do always have to tip my cap to them, marketing wise.
Exactly.
You know, making the world building in that game is just amazing, and the way they keep just expanding on it,
Just the
they're
influence
by
that
far
they
the
have.
best.
Mm-hmm.
Best action game. We got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima.
Wait, bro! My goodness, you didn't even ask me, nor did we announce the winner.
Oh,
Yeah, we
sorry,
did.
sorry, my bad.
All right, who's the winner and what do you want?
I'm agreeing with Guko with No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Okay.
I think No Man's Sky.
Didn't he throw me under the bus when I said no?
That's what I was.
I know.
That's why I said I'm not disagreeing nor agreeing.
Okay.
But I think No Man's Sky's come a long way. They've added so much to the game, and I think that honestly, Sean Murray's done a good job to get his horses in you know
In an order.
in an order and do a good job bringing the game around. So the winner is No Man's Sky.
Holy crap! I finally
Interesting.
got one right
I know.
because I was batting 0 till
I'm,
now.
I'm batting 0. I haven't got any of these correct yet.
So yeah, now we can move on, Mr.
Okay.
Kuko.
Best action game, we got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Star Wars. Okay, they got nominated here. And Last of Us Part 2,
Might as well announce the winner now.
Spider-Man.
That is a good pick.
Okay.
Very tough.
Okay. Jimmy.
I'm a Star Wars nerd, so I'm gonna go with the Star Wars.
Oh.
Just I like it how it's canon with the story, and it
I like how they're gonna bring
Okay,
him to Mandalorian. I can't wait.
man, that's
Interesting.
fingers crossed.
Mr. Hitman.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Like I said, best game I've ever played. So how
Yeah.
can it not be the best action adventure game?
I would agree with Kuko on Miles Morales.
And Zivina?
And Zivina East.
Un?
Last of Us Part 2.
It's not the
That's
one.
why
we
I said
picked.
announce the winner. Might as well. Oh, man.
Last of Us
See,
Part
my
2.
thing again when it comes to this whole thing, I didn't think it was like an action game. I think there was just
that's-
small action parts in a story game. Like
No,
I wouldn't
I-
even consider this
I-
an action game. I would just consider it a story game.
I would consider
If
this
anything, it's
an
more stealth.
adventure. An adventure.
Is it
game.
not?
Yeah.
You have to hide a lot of the time.
Most of the time
it's
you're
'cause you
hiding.
wanna
You're
know
not
why?
running, gunning, dude.
It's because this is a combined. Because they also have best action game.
But, exactly.
not
Where's the
even
action of
that.
hiding?
No, I know, I know, but they have two categories.
They even added that
Yeah,
feature where you can
because
see like
action
where they're
adventure
walking
is
to.
combined.
Yeah, but the problem is that I'm pretty sure Last of Us is not like an open world thing. I haven't.
It
played
is not.
It's,
It's
more like
still
linear.
linear.
Right?
Yeah, it's
very
still-
linear.
yeah.
That, Jedi, Fallen Order, you can actually go back to the planets. You pick up skills as you go. You come. You know.
It's much more like God of War, right? The
I know what you're
Fallen Order.
talking about. I platinum Jedi.
You can come
Fallen
back
Order.
to different shops. Maybe not as fast. I haven't really.
What are we comparing?
No.
To God of War, when you can come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not
Go
open
back,
world,
like Part 3.
but you can come back to the shop. You can throw the
Yeah.
portal door or whatever, or just
No,
take
hey
the
man,
boat
you need to
thing.
play God of War,
No.
bro.
I have played it.
You don't throw no doors.
The little blue thing that the guy tells you.
You don't throw it though.
I don't know how to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm still in the middle of the game. But the guy told me you have a door, you can do it. It only goes one way though.
So yeah, like so in what Jimmy's talking about, that in Jedi you can go back to different planets and collect stuff, and there's side paths that you can go in, and you can get other artifacts and stuff like that, which you have to do a whole lot to get the platinum trophy, which I got. In God of War, and it's the same. You could go back to different realms and stuff like that. So in Last of Us, it is linear, but the maps give you, it's kind of like a wide linear where you can get different options, but it's not an open world game. Okay, best role playing game. You got Final Fantasy, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wastelands 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, which came out like a couple weeks ago. I picked Genshin Impact.
Okay. Jimmy?
I'm going with Final Fantasy.
Persona 5.
I picked Genshin Impact as well.
The winner was not that one.
Yakuza.
Final Fantasy 7.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy
Got one.
7.
I should see that.
You finally got one. Bingo.
right. I think there's
I think that
hope.
was my
I
second
think there's hope for the last one for me.
Okay.
I think there's hope.
Going to the next one.
Best sports/racing game. We got Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K 21, and Tony Hawk. I actually picked NBA 2K based off of the PlayStation 5 version of 2K. I think the game looks freaking amazing and plays very well.
All right, Jimmy.
I was a little torn between the Tony Hawk because that was another PS1 game.
Oh, yes.
That was, and
That's
two
probably
was the
one of the-
best. The soundtrack, everything. And they brought a lot of that music back, so I was a little torn. But
Mhm.
F1, because I love F1 racing. So yeah,
But to piggyback off of him, Tony Hawk 1 and 2 was probably one of the better games of my childhood for sure.
Is that the one you
Is
picked
that
for
your
you?
choice?
No, I picked NBA 2K.
Have you gotten any of these right here, man?
I'm hoping this is the one right now. I'm hoping it's
Well, don't hope.
because it's not.
My
Last of Us.
mine is the winner, and that's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Oh.
Interesting. 2 for 2 on the end there, Mr. Jimmy.
Tony Hawk, I thought was like, I didn't think it was like the best sports game. Well, the same reason why I thought Tony Hawk shouldn't be it, it should be the same reason why 2K shouldn't be it. It's the very same game every year.
Yeah, I guess so. But what else are they gonna do?
I mean,
But at least Tony Hawk doesn't come out every
Basketball.
year.
Formula One, they've changed a lot because I've collected all the Codemasters ones,
Mm-hmm.
and they've changed it a lot. Like they put you more like behind in the pits, like what's going
Okay.
on in the pits and the contract work that goes on to like an actual F1 team. So it
Mhm.
kind of immerses you a little bit more in that world.
Into
yeah.
the world.
So I like that about the 2020, the F1 2020,
That's
and the
why
graphics
wasn't-
are amazing.
Why wasn't Fall Guys on this list? Because that's basically a racing game. I mean,
And a soccer game.
yeah, it is a soccer game. Yeah, it's a race against time. That's basically the game. I mean, I love that game. By the way, Fall Guys is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we got some Fall Guy news today. So that was basically not all the awards that they gave out. They gave out other awards. You guys can check it out on the Game Awards page. So they also announced some other stuff. Of course, we're not going to talk about every single thing that they announced. We're going to cover the bigger things that they talked about. So one of them was a game that is a PlayStation exclusive, which is one of Prodigy's most anticipated games, which is
Returnal.
Finally
They showed
get to
more
see some
gameplay
on
for
this.
Returnal. They showed little snippets and stuff like that.
it's
back
made
in
by
the teasers.
Housemark. You guys ever remember Housemark? They made
No.
a lot of twin stick shooter games.
And this is PlayStation Studio, so this is an exclusive we got
Yes.
here, right?
Yes.
Wow.
It's because Housemark is a PlayStation studio.
PlayStation Studio.
I don't know this studio.
what was it?
Alien Nation, Zombie Nation.
Maybe Zombie Nation sounds familiar.
First time I hear of it too, but
It's-
it looks pretty amazing.
It's a twin stick shooter
Dude,
game.
what is
they used to
this?
make.
This looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm just really, I want to know what the game's about, because in the teaser they showed before, you see that when you die, hence the name Return, right? Returnal.
Mm-hmm.
You like kind of repeat even though you can say, I guess you respawn in a checkpoint, but there's gonna be a different effect here.
Okay. So I'm looking at these little aliens, and then you say Returnal, and now I'm thinking of Edge of Tomorrow. The Edge of Tomorrow.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this guy swallowed some alien blood or something.
Yeah.
Why is that what happens in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Tom
movie
Cruise,
is amazing.
He ingests some of the alien's blood and
Spoiler: I was gonna watch that movie tonight, dude. Forget it. I don't want to watch it anymore. It's only been out for like what, 2 years?
More like 4
more
or 5.
like 5,
Just-
6 years.
you're still in time though.
You should watch it. You should definitely.
We have.
watch it.
definitely
Didn't we
watch it.
see it at your house? Didn't we see it here in this in
Bro, Tom Cruise is go.
studio?
Tom Cruise is go.
Whatever. But yeah, I'm just glad they showed off more gameplay. This
That
game
looks
amazing.
amazing.
And I can't wait for it to come.
Like you said, I want to know more about the story. And
Yes.
hoping this seems like it's not a multiplayer game, so
No.
Yeah, she's about to open the door too. Like, what's up with the door that she's
Mhm.
about to open? It's a very interesting game. I'm glad that we have something new, something different to play.
That's
And I understand that we have certain genres that we keep going back to the pool for. I'm glad to
Yep.
see something different.
This is fresh.
I like it. Let's see if it lives up to the potential.
Prodigy, I don't
Game
think
of
you
the year?
have it
Game of the
here.
year? Game of the year?
have what?
No,
No.
too early to tell.
I don't see it on the list. The guys that made Dead Space made a horror game.
Oh, and Dead Space back in the Dead Space is back in the works. I heard some. They're gonna get the writer and everything back. So
Interesting.
Okay.
That
That's
I'm
right,
looking
because
forward
that
to.
guy left. I was watching an interview. He left to do something else.
Well, he made another horror game.
See what happens when you work when there's game wars going on. Damn, bro.
So the guy that made Dead Space 1 has his own studio and he's working, and he said it just like this: we left to make the scariest game you've ever played.
To literally,
And it's
S your
another,
pants.
it's basically like the trailer was like, when I was watching, I'm like, looks like Dead Space. So it's a space horror game.
I thought Kojima was gonna make the scariest game.
No, he was gonna make the game that was gonna make you
Callisto
squirt your
Protocol?
pants. Remember, he said, "I want you to squirt your pants." Is what he said.
I don't think
Callisto Protocol.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Callisto Protocol. That's the game in the works.
Yes. They actually showed it off, Prodigy.
It's actually taking place in the PUBG universe.
Oh, it actually takes place on Mars,
Oh,
in one of the moons of Mars.
The scariest planet in the universe.
interesting.
I'm just kidding.
Or is it Jupiter? It's one of the moons. Okay,
The Moons and Mars is,
moving on.
Ethos and,
On to
Outriders, which is a game that looks very, very interesting.
This game got teased
another
back
space
in one
game?
of the was it the Xbox
Yeah.
event things? ID inside at Xbox, right?
Yeah,
This game actually is a co-op,
4-player
4-player co-op.
looter shooter.
I guess I would consider it a looter shooter. I'm thinking
It's basically like a Destiny-ish style game,
Square
but it's made by the
Enix.
People Can Fly. You guys remember this company?
Square Enix.
Square Enix is the big company, but People Can Fly. They made Bulletstorm.
Okay, that's a good game.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I
The,
thought it was
thing
lots
with
of
this
fun.
is that I think it's trying to pretty much put Gears in shame here. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
Well, I don't
I'm
know if you
looking at
remember,
this game and
Bulletstorm kind of looked gearish,
Yeah.
and it.
This game doesn't look new to me. It looks
No, it looks like just put like a new skin on it and then
it looks like a reskin of an old game, like a gameplay and everything.
yeah, it just look. I mean, it looks great. It just doesn't appeal to me.
Like
Just
something
by
new.
looking
You
at
feel
it.
like it's like a
That I need to
like a-
grab. Yeah, to me,
Yeah.
we're gonna wait for that on sale
more than
at
likely.
$30, $39.99.
More than likely.
Yes.
I mean, it'd have to be amazing multiplayer for me to want to play it.
It's because I don't think it does multiplayer. I think it's more like
It's
a co-op.
It's because it's
PV
co-op, not
PVE
multiplayer.
stuff.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
I like co-op games. I'm down to get them.
They'll probably stick like some PvP in there
Oh,
somewhere. Yeah. Now this other game came out of left field. I don't know if you guys were expecting a Robin Hood game, but they're making a Robin Hood game.
An actual Robin Hood game or a game similar to the
It's
story of Robin
Men,
Hood?
Men in Tights.
It's the Men in Tights Part 2 game.
I think that they were trying to go with like some Assassin's Creed type deal here and Thief.
Yeah.
Has everybody Thief?
Man,
Yeah.
Thief,
Yeah, I
Thief
remember.
is one of my. I'm not a PC guy, but when I did play PC in the 1990s, Thief Gold Medal was amazing. I
So-
love Thief.
The name of this one's actually Hood,
Hood, yeah.
Outlaws, and Legends.
Interesting.
But I think it looks really good
I feel
though.
about this game though.
I actually
Because,
thought it was like what's that, Obsolent, or was it the one that record played that one time where he's learns how to fight?
Absolver?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first.
Oh.
I don't know. I kind of like it. It's appealing.
I mean, it's different, I guess, in Robin Hood. Who doesn't want to play as Robin Hood? I guess.
So you do play as Robin Hood. It's from the Robin Hood Tales. Is what this game is.
Maybe
Sort
like
of
a
Versus-
turn, like a turn on the Tales,
Maybe a darker
a
version.
darker version of the
Interesting.
Tales.
Robin
Ah,
Hood
that does
meets
look
The
good.
Witcher.
Yeah,
Could be, yeah.
sounds like a great idea actually.
I
Did
like
you guys
it.
ever play Left 4 Dead?
Yes.
Yes.
For Xbox.
Yes, that's my jam.
Those you only can get on
That's
Xbox
my
at those
jam.
time.
Yep. Well, guess what?
What?
Turtle Rock Studios is back.
Back for what?
Back for blood.
Exactly.
You like that, bro?
Is that what they're naming the title?
I was waiting.
Yeah, that's the title.
Back for blood.
So Left 4 Dead, the guys that did those games, they're back and they're making games.
And I got
Doing what they're required to stand their own hours for their own safety.
4 players working together as a team. Yeah,
Let's hope they do a better job. Because
Take my life just not today. Feel your blood, there's hell to pay.
There's too many!
Stick together. We got a job to do. Remember?
No worm-ridden son of a bitch is gonna stop us.
Up her up, handsome.
try to eliminate these zombies.
one of the better games.
Yeah, a lot of companies try to mimic it or try to make it.
What the hell? Cover me! What is that?
Take it out.
Oh man!
Yes.
So
This is my favorite
they
hoodie.
got- you
A
said
little club
a lot of
soda will
people-
take that right out.
Watch out!
They released it part 2. Part 1 was for PC. I can't remember the name now.
Are you thinking?
Zombie-
Are you
Well, you had
co-op
Dead
games?
Island. Remember Dead
No,
Island
Dead
was
Island-
one of them?
Yeah, but
State of
that-
Decay? You're thinking State of Decay?
No, not State of
No,
Decay.
but Dead Island's like a survival, like a
Yeah.
zombie
But it's
survival.
but it's somewhat.
Well,
But
the
it's still
best,
co-op,
the
is
best
what I'm
zombie
getting
game is Dying Light.
No.
Are you thinking
Dying
of
Light.
Killing Floor?
I did not
Yes,
like Dying Light.
Killing Floor.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
I didn't
Killing
play Killing Floor.
They weren't zombies. What are they called? Zens? Or
Zens, yeah, but you know.
Oh, same crap.
You know,
Well,
you know.
Zens,
I-
Freakers.
well, Killing Floor 2, when
Killing
it became
Floor 2.
free, I played that game nonstop.
Yeah.
And then I recently got back into it 2 months ago.
And then it has a different classes.
And
like,
now
you know,
it
like,
has-
you know.
That Killing Floor is good. I think
Yeah.
they did a good job with that game as well.
Hmm.
Kuko, what do you think about 7 Days to Die?
Don't talk.
I never played
That's
that.
another
And just the
$40.
simple cover didn't appeal to me.
But did you see
It
the
looked
trailer
like
though?
every other, you know.
The trailer made it look so.
The
You
trailer
see-
looked like it was gonna be this horror survival game,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we bought it and played it, we're like, "What the hell is this Atari game?"
You see why I can't download games? I wish I had bought a hard copy of. I don't even want to say
War Z?
its name.
World War Z.
World Wars suck.
So you could return.
So I could return and get at least something back for it because that was one of the
What about the
worst
zombie army
games.
games? Did you guys ever
And they
play
made it
those?
look great.
Yes,
Zombie-
there was a
Zombie
Zombie
Army?
Army 4, just released not too long. It was
Yeah.
very. It didn't get a lot of publicity, but it did release. I love those games, those Zombie Army trilogy games.
Yeah.
You asked me, Jimmy, what the game of the year is.
Hmm?
This next game is the game of the year. It is called Crimson Desert.
Yep.
So when
I
you think
agree.
of Crimson Desert,
But the year hasn't even started yet.
Calling
We
it,
got so many
calling it.
games
I'm
yet.
calling it, dude.
Calling
Like,
it.
look at this. Like, look at the scenery. You look at the game is called Crimson Desert, and I don't see any deserts here. But
And I don't see no red desert like
Are
Crimson.
you sure it's
red.
not Crimson Dessert? No, just kidding.
probably did you spell it right?
Serving up them pastries.
Now you're making me hungry. Did you
This
order
game
the
looks
food?
sweet. Not yet. I don't know what order you get.
Look at that. Look at the scene. I thought when they showed this trailer in the Game Awards, I'm like, okay, all right. It's Flying Simulator coming to Xbox,
Flight Simulator.
which they did announce. They did announce that because they showed this scenery. I'm like, dude, like, okay, I get it. All right, yeah, Flight Simulator looks awesome. I want to fly planes over all this scenery. And then all of a sudden it came, what? There's people. It's not Flight Simulator? What
People
is this?
With swords.
Look at the water. Look at the, dude, this game is going to be game.
And who are the makers of this game?
Yeah, man.
Prodigy, they're asking you.
Wait.
Yeah,
I
man.
got you.
It looks,
And then the orc walks by in the village. You're like, dude, what
Do you want to
is
phone a
this?
friend?
visually, it might be one of those console breakers, you know.
I thought it was like Skyrim
With ray
6.
tracing?
I'm
Do
like,
you- is this gonna be another crisis situation? You gonna start melting PCs?
Hey, man.
As
Hey,
long as Last of
Cyberpunk,
Us,
Come on.
as long as Last of Us 3 doesn't come out the same year this game comes out, it has potential to have
Yeah.
Game of
Last
the
of
Year.
Us 3. So this game's made by a company called Pearl Abyss.
oh,
Pearl Biz.
They're a South Korean company.
Interesting.
They made a mobile game called Black Desert before, and Black Desert Online, which is a
so they like the
MMORPG.
they like the desert thing.
They
There
like
must
deserts.
Be, there
They
must be
love
some
deserts
reason
here.
for
You
it.
think that Black Desert is a continuation? Desert?
I guess Crimson Desert is
You
after
know,
Black Desert.
you know what I'm wondering?
They're
Maybe
going lighter on the colors.
maybe the if you're saying it's a South Korean game, right? Maybe the translation for that word means something else. Maybe we're getting like a direct translation. It probably should be something else. Maybe.
No, yeah, I see
don't
what you
know.
mean. I see what you mean.
Because it doesn't make
the guy that
sense.
made the game is like,
So
oh
they
my
pretty
gosh,
much-
why do you keep saying desert? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something else.
It's wrong translation.
What?
All our bases belong to us.
Plan 8.
We
You
own
remember
this
that
world.
Back, yeah, you remember that back in the days? Can't remember that.
You guys ever seen this game? Plan 8, an exosuit MMO shooter.
You never heard of Plan Ocho?
So you get the housing.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of any of the games these people made.
But look at this. So you were comparing it in the pre-show to Assassin's Creed with a little bit of
I see like Shadow of the Mortar.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then it eventually gets into him flying a dragon.
You're like,
He mounts a dragon and flies around. I'm excited for this game.
Yes.
And then I don't know why Prodigy put this just cause.
Just because it's a piece of crap. I that's why I put it. I want to get mad at this game. Why? I don't know why they did this.
When you think of just cause, I think of mobile gaming.
Is that what you guys think of?
Have you guys played the Just Cause series?
I love part 3. Just get the helicopter and just blow everything up. It's just one of those games to defeat. You know, just if you don't want to feel like thinking, you just want to.
Yeah, just messing
Just
around,
mess
see what
around,
happens.
Yeah, just blow up things, liberate people. You know.
I always say it's like a playground engine. It's just they build an engines for you to just play around in,
Mm-hmm.
but then now they want you to play it on your mobile phones. So yeah, they announced
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it looks horrendous.
There's
I
a couple
just
other
wanna
things they announced,
trash
right,
on
Prodigy?
it. Yeah. Oh, oops. Other things. New Among Us map.
Okay.
They just released a new map. Added tiny little new things they showed there into the game.
Sephiroth coming to Smash.
Sephiroth is coming to Smash, which everyone was going buck wild for.
This got to be super OP, right? With the 100-foot long sword.
Dude,
Yeah.
that thing, everyone's already speculating on how OP it's going to be.
Just people knocking people off the map.
They showed more of Scarlet Nexus, which was like the Bandai Namco anime game
Mhm.
that was coming out. They showed Dragon Age World. A bit more of that. They showed a cinematic trailer. They haven't showed. I don't know if it was. It wasn't a gameplay trailer. They showed off.
Mass Effect still continues.
Mass Effect, a teaser trailer for it. Coming out.
They also showed off some Dragon Age.
That's what I said. I said Dragon Age.
Yeah, he mentioned it. That's the one that stood out because that one's been lost for a while.
Yeah.
And damn, what are these other two things that are abbreviated? I abbreviated the other two things and I can't recall them.
I guess they're not that important. So that was basically most of the stuff that the Game Awards had. Some other news that came out. Do you guys drink Monster Energy drinks?
I have, but I don't drink them.
Yeah, I used to.
Okay.
Not so
I
often.
drink them all the time, every morning. And I've been collecting points for this Halo Infinite game. And guess what? I'm going to be collecting more points for a very long time because they just announced that it actually got pushed back to fall of 2021.
Unbelievable, man.
So Master Chief is going to sit on the back burner for a little bit. Good news, though.
Bring the type 2 diabetes.
Good news is that if you want to play as Master Chief, you can. And you could even play him on their PlayStation.
And that is?
Because they just added him to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Really?
Now they can play.
Oh, yeah.
Now they can play
Hard Cloud's
Kratos.
telling me about that.
Kratos on Xbox. You know.
I
They
swear,
can be,
man.
they can
Crip
be
Cloak
go.
probably spent $15 on him already.
I better check my credit card.
Fortnite. At least in Fortnite, you could build a 3-story house complete with a infinity pool, and then they charge you association fee for every skin.
You want to know? It's
disgusting.
the other day I played Fortnite because Kratos is on
Oh
there,
my goodness.
Yeah.
and I killed somebody, and since I had bought the Halo stuff, I had a Warhog, and it's like a miniature Warhog, so you have like Kratos sitting in like a Power Wheel style Warhog,
Wow.
and I ran over the guy that I killed. That was my teabag.
Oh my goodness.
What have they done to the boy?
Yeah,
Oh yes.
They messed him up.
yeah, they destroyed him completely. Another bit of news: BioShock 4. I don't know if you guys are BioShock fans. They are working on a BioShock 4, and it's actually going to be an open world RPG, maybe.
Man.
Because of some of the company that's working on the game actually is looking for people to work for the company, and they're looking for open world RPG builders. And they also want to create like a skill tree where you do dialogue trees, kind of Fallout-ish.
I'm not playing this game if it's that.
Okay.
I'm quitting.
So
Just the
Hitman,
opportunity of working for a video game company sounds appealing to me, man. Even if it's a little game like Worm Rumble.
Yo, did you play Worms Rumble?
It's amazing.
We should have reviewed it.
I
Oh,
know.
it should have been on the review.
And it's free for PlayStation
Dude,
5 right now.
it's so good.
Watch,
for-
this game is going to be in 4 or 5 months when all the kids start figuring it out.
I got it for the PS5.
Yeah, it's free for PS5
Yeah, it's
right
free-
now.
free for
Yeah,
PS5.
it's
I haven't
PS4
played
too,
it.
and it's crossplay.
Download it just to have it because it'll be $30 next month.
Oh, okay.
It's free. It's on the PlayStation Plus store.
Okay, but
But-
continuing to
Well, first of all, are you guys BioShock fans? I am.
I like.
I am.
I've only played the first one
Me
Okay.
too.
I have all of
only
them.
played the first one.
because all of them were
the
downloadable.
best one, one of the best ones is actually BioShock 2 DLC. Is
There's
I forgot
actually
the name
isn't
of
there a
the DLC.
BioShock thing behind
Yeah,
me?
they're all the way up on the top though. They can't really see it. It's off screen.
The DLC for BioShock 2?
Yeah, not Majora's Mask. My
What?
computer's dead. I can't even look
He
it
was
up.
on the way. He was on the way to look for the information. Across Majora's Mask.
It starts with M.
Oh, that was a Zelda folder. My bad.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude.
Medusa's Lair?
No,
I'm
not
guessing
Medusa. It starts with an M. Oh my gosh. So, well, you guys didn't play BioShock Infinite either, then.
No,
So
I haven't played Infinite.
Minerva's Den.
Madora's Den.
Minerva's.
Minerva's. Oh Lord,
Well,
Madeira.
it's
I'm
supposed
thinking
to
about the
take-
injections.
It's supposed to take place in like a completely different world, and it has nothing to do with the. It's not canon with the story.
Which one?
With the Bioshocks that exist now, the new one. I'm saying.
Well, the new one is supposed to be part of the whole
Oh, yeah.
BioShock universe, but they're gonna go into like a more open world. And I kind of like the whole linear style first-person shooter the way it was, and I like the way they were able to set up a story to it. I think when you get into the open worldness, it kind of it's kind of hard to shape a story that way because you don't know if he's gonna come here or come back or do this or do that. But I don't know. And then you have the good thing is that you have the tree that you can. By you choosing different options, then you can have different endings. Because in BioShock, there's usually more than one ending, but the way you determine that is if you harvest all the babies, or if you don't, or if you save them, and then you get the two different endings, type of thing. So I know Prodigy. I know you don't want it to be an open world RPG, right?
I don't. Not whatsoever. Like I mentioned, I like it linear. I think Bioshock games to me are best if they stay the way they are, linear, in their fashion, especially when it comes to a game that to me has such an interesting story and narrative. I think like we talked about before the show as well, you'll lose a lot of that in an open world game. And then if they go with the dialogue trees and all this choosing, no, I don't want
I
that.
like dialogue trees.
They're gonna go into Skyrim.
It's because
territory
not in
there.
Bioshock. To me, it doesn't fit Bioshock. At least, don't call it Bioshock 4. If anything, make it a spin-off if you wanted to.
Yeah,
you know?
System Shock.
I don't know,
guess.
System Shock.
Which they're working
Call it
on System
Bioshock. I don't know.
I have to
whatever.
agree with Prodigy. You guys have heard me say this before, how it seems like every game is a sandbox. It's an open world game. And we're not sticking to the roots of gaming, which was to make linear games. And one of my biggest gripes with Metal Gear Solid was Metal Gear Solid 5, where I thought it was too much. I thought it was too big for me. And I was like, I wasn't expecting that in a Metal Gear game, and I was expecting a linear game. There's certain games that they just shouldn't be sandboxes.
My thing is that by making Metal Gear 5 an open world, how did that add to the experience? Because I had a
It didn't feel like a Metal Gear game anymore.
because going like Metal Gear going into a base was awesome, and within the base that's a small little open world to me. Remember, you could go back and forth on Metal Gear Solid 2, the boat. You can.
Yeah, I think
aircraft.
they went less. They put less emphasis on the story and yeah, they made that open world. But that was what was everybody. That's what everybody was going to
Correct.
at that time. So I mean, they were just getting with the times.
Yeah, but remember, like when Battle Royales came out, they started making a bunch of Battle Royales, but only a couple of them actually were decent enough to withstand the hands of time. Same thing when you remember when they made what was that monster game, Evolved? Where they're like, we're gonna
Evolve. That sounds familiar.
Yes,
that was
Evolve.
Evolve. Sorry,
The
Evolve,
four trappers try to trap a monster.
and then you could be the monster too.
and then you take turns. Same
yes.
thing with Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Wait, but Evolve was...
Dead by Daylight.
you guys didn't like Evolve?
It's
It
because
wore out quick. Like it's one of those things that wore out quick.
No, it's not just that, and it wore out quick because no legs. Content was long. It took long, and you paid $60 for like a mode with 3 maps and like 3 monsters, and they were charging so much for cosmetics, and it was a whole,
look at that. A bunch of
cash
games
grab.
try to come out with that same style, and none of them panned out.
Only Dead by Daylight.
I think because you have to pay for them. If they released it like an Apex thing, it probably would have worked out a little bit better.
Right. Yes. Comes out free, which we've
Yeah,
talked
you know,
about.
Look at.
It's because you look at games that when it comes to games like that, you need to have a group of people and a good install base.
See, with
Because
that,
if not,
games
it
like
won't
that
carry.
only work with, like, let's say with you and your 5 friends play.
Yeah.
But if you play it by yourself, it kind of sucks because, I'm
Yeah.
not Freddy again. I'm the camper. I'm not the camper. I'm not the... Like Bastion, he stays there and plays Among Us with 3 different tablets. Why? Because he wants to be the imposter in one of them. And then he'll just leave the other ones alone and kill the other 2.
Like Friday the 13th, you want to be Jason?
Predator's
Yeah.
like that too. The
And
new
Predator,
game, yeah.
Predator,
Predator
like,
tanked
nobody
because of
plays.
many reasons.
Dude, Friday the 13th was one of the best games that did that. I played countless hours of Friday the 13th, and so much fun. So much fun with a group of friends.
It's good with a group of friends. Yeah, I do.
Dead by is Dead by Daylight? Yeah,
Yes.
Dead by Daylight's
Dead by
another one,
Daylight,
which was okay. They added
To me,
some
that
good
one is the longest lasting out of all the games that were that genre.
Really? You don't think Friday the 13th was, man?
Friday the 13th is
'cause
dead.
Dead by Daylight is
And it's still
still
going.
That one's been
going with.
around.
You know why?
That's true. You're right.
Because
it's still
Dead by
going.
Daylight took advantage of getting
Other
well-known horror movie
Yes.
characters.
It's because Dead by Daylight left it open. Friday the
Yes.
13th
Closed
kind of closed
it.
it to Friday the 13th.
Dead by Daylight got lucky enough to leave it open because originally it was just that Grim Reaper looking thing.
But that's why they left it open, because
They-
the name left it open. By you saying Friday the 13th, that's it. You
That's it.
closed yourself to Friday the 13th.
I guess
And
they
Predator,
could
you're
have,
only the
but
Predator. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Friday
you
the
know,
13th still
that-
better.
Yeah, but overall, going back to Bioshock conversation, it should just remain the way it is in linear fashion.
So if it becomes an open world RPG, would you give it a chance? No?
I might because I like Bioshock that much.
Why did they just call it Bio World?
Right? That's it. You call it
Bio
that.
world.
Now this is for Hitman. Hitman 3 is coming out. Hitman 3 and is also gonna have VR support. But guess what? It's also gonna have haptic support for the PS5.
That is gonna be interesting. I wonder when you're garroting someone,
Feel
is
the
it?
heartbeat.
Can I thrust the knife and hold the trigger?
That
push
would
it
be
in there?
crazy. When you choke someone with his cables, would you feel the heartbeat slowly slowing down till it dies?
I don't know
Dang.
about that, but I would like to see like a little struggle with the triggers.
Yeah, like when that guy's trying to get
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
it,
and
you're
you
like,
feel the
"Oh,
triggers
yeah."
coming back up, and you're like, and put them back down. Like, no.
It's gonna be a lot of broken controllers.
it's
You'll be
yeah.
like, die.
It's gonna be interesting. It's funny that the haptic feedback does that, right? And a lot of the PlayStation controllers, the triggers, if you're not careful with them, they'll end up being loose and you'll break them. But yeah, Hitman 3, I'm excited for it. I buy every Hitman that comes out. I was not happy with the first one. When I'm saying the first one, of the last three
new
series.
Was that one the one that was called Absolution?
No, that's before the Hitman 1, 2, and 3 that we have
okay,
now.
okay,
Absolution was good.
Oh, okay.
But it
I
was,
was getting mixed up.
the gripe I had with Absolution was when I say linear, it was so linear that you couldn't go back to like your base or whatever, your shed, and get your weapons or anything like that. You basically had to roll with whatever you had throughout the whole game, which was a cool concept. But there wasn't any customized ballers or anything like that for Absolution. That was one thing I didn't like. The last Hitman that I really, really enjoyed was Blood Money. I did like the contracts last year for Hitman 2. I just didn't invest a lot of time into the Hitman games because you do have to invest a lot of time.
You haven't played the Hitman game of all time.
The best Hitman game?
Please don't say what I think you're going to say.
What's the best Hitman game of all time?
Hitman Go.
Hitman Go. I knew it. I knew it.
I have played Hitman Go, actually. And it's good. It's okay.
Is that like...
The best Hitman of all time, though?
Blood Money.
No, not even. It is Silent Assassin. It's Hitman 2 Silent Assassin for me. It had the most
My
vast
favorite
levels.
part is when he acts like he's dead and he just comes out of the casket and just starts.
Oh yeah, that's in Blood Money, man. That's great. They're all the PlayStation 2 ones are probably the best ones. Absolution's up there, and then 2 and 1 were okay.
Jimmy, are you a VR fan?
Yeah, I'm open to the VR thing. Definitely.
It's gonna be interesting playing as
Agent 47 in VR. I can't wait. I can't wait for the combination of the VR and the haptic feedback.
Yeah, you have to make a lot of space in your living room for that, man.
I know, man.
You're going to be choking out your sofa, if anything,
Either that or a bunch of broken stuff in the house. And you also got to be careful. We used to, our other co-host, Julie, would roll around on the floor and start hitting people. One time she punched Jake, right?
No, close. It was close. But.
Get into it.
Yeah. Any of you guys own the PlayStation Vita?
Yes, I have.
No. I had a PSP.
It is a very good console. It's very underrated.
So they're thinking about bringing a PlayStation Vita 2 and make it into a streaming device. I don't know if you guys remember that PlayStation wants to.
Device?
Yeah, you know how you can do remote play, and you have the XCloud.
Oh,
PlayStation also
Stadia?
wants to. Yeah.
Well, the PS Vita was a phone before. You could. I think AT&T was offering
Okay.
that in the beginning.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense than Stadia.
Yes.
We're not big Stadia fans. At least I'm not here.
I am not a Stadia fan. No.
I think it's
No.
the streaming idea is there, but I don't like that they're gonna sell you a remote and then you can use it on any device. I think you still need something hardware. You need some hardware.
Yes.
You gotta have a console, or in this case, it's the Vita, right?
Yeah, the
Still
Vita.
has a screen. I'm assuming.
Yes.
So you're gonna be streaming off of your Vita.
What is this picture, Kuko? Wait, I wanted some explanation behind the choice of this picture here.
It's a Nintendo Switch.
That's basically
Switch, yeah.
that's basically the idea for that. That is gonna be like you can remove the Joy-Cons off the.
You're gonna call them Joy-Cons?
No, of course not, because this would actually be a real console. The other one's not.
The PS
So you
Vita
can
have
remove
haptic
it to
feedback,
do
too.
what?
Yeah.
Why would you want to
Battery
remove it?
life was-
So then you could connect them together and just prop up the
Two-player
screen.
games,
Oh, okay.
No, you can't do that turn it sideways 2-player.
Why not? Why not?
Because that doesn't work. That's garbage.
It doesn't work.
That's
No, it
perfect.
doesn't,
That's
man.
perfect for Just Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pop it up and use those as little.
Yeah, dude.
There is no man that can play.
Whoa.
No, what I'm saying, dude, someone that
Singer,
has my
bigger
hands
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get
cannot play with the Joy-Con. I'm sorry.
No, I get
Need
you,
little
yeah,
girl hands to play.
And then the other thing is that one
the little
Joy-Con,
buttons.
Yeah.
the buttons are a certain place and the joystick, and on the other one, they're in a different spot.
Yeah.
So then you're like trying to play
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
it's the.
I'm sorry, you can't. It's like maybe my Bastion, the 8-year-old.
They
kid
need to
can
make
play,
those
but-
two Joy-Cons, as you call them, Kuko, lightsabers. How cool would that be? Or Beat Sabers, and you can go VR right from your Vita.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. Haptic feedback and everything.
Okay,
that's
so
for the
a
VR too.
completely digital handheld system, sign me up.
Yeah, and you could just stick a memory card and save some of the games
sure.
on there as well. You know, you could probably get like a terabyte SSD now. Please, Sony, learn from last time. Just stick away from the proprietary
Oh my goodness.
saving devices. Just
$60 on a 16 gig memory card, dude. I remember.
or
that.
just
memory stick
solder
duo.
a memory stick inside of it
Yeah, that's
and just
horrible.
give it 2 gigs, or 2 terabytes of it.
Thing about mobile handheld systems, sorry, for me is they'll get lost in my house. Like the Nintendo Switch I bought for the family. Is
So we all have had or seen
the
a
Switch?
Vita. It's
It's
kind of
gone.
small.
Pull it out of my backpack, bro.
I don't know where.
get it, bro.
The Switch?
Wait, no.
Oh, you have a Vita?
You do have a Vita?
It should be in my backpack. I put it away. I was playing Persona.
You know, I wish I'd never
I have
sold.
the first Vita, though. I have the first generation.
This one.
Is
Vita,
that the Vita?
Which is the heavy, nice one. Let me see.
Yeah, I
Yes.
have the
That's the
newer
first one.
That's
No,
the
man.
first one.
It is?
Yes.
Yes.
It's light.
When's
It is the
last one?
first one because the second one has it's all plastic.
Yeah.
Not only that, but look at the charging port. It's that like weird exclusive
Where is
like,
it?
thing.
That
the
thing
bottom.
down there,
I have a Japanese one, a
the
blue one.
HDMI.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last PSP I probably held was the Peace Walker one for
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid, which I regret ever getting rid of.
So
It was a limited edition one.
The,
man.
so the back in the day, they're like, oh, am I gonna put that in my pocket? I'm gonna carry that around.
You could put this in your
the
pocket.
Vita sucks. And then when the Nintendo Switch comes out, it's like, oh, it's just the perfect size. I can carry this everywhere. I could prop this up. I'm like, dude, like you guys are such hypocrites.
Yeah,
I can't stand that.
You cannot put the Nintendo Switch in your pocket.
Dude,
Maybe in your right
Hey man,
jacket
did you ever own a
pocket.
PSP Go?
No, that's the small
The
one.
one that flips up.
Yeah, no, I never ever
that
owned it.
was-
There's one laying around the house actually.
That one didn't play
that Jake
UMDs.
had, but I've
That
never
was the
played
downside with the Go, was that the UMD like drive was gone.
I think
But
they tried
but
to
I
make that
liked
one
it a
phone, so-
lot.
it. The
I-
UMD.
Yeah, I could care less about UMDs. If
Dude,
I want to watch
yeah,
a movie,
man.
I'll watch it on my TV or on.
Yeah, UMDs they did blow my mind. They did blow
Yeah,
the first
at that time,
Resident
yeah,
Evil
I got Kill
Apocalypse.
Bill.
Oh, Kill Bill, yeah.
I saw the
amazing.
Saw in there.
Dude, you didn't like there wasn't any smartphones yet when that thing came out. There wasn't any now. So when you had a movie in your
I'm
hand,
telling
you're
you,
like
the first time I saw the Saw movie, the first one, I saw it on
on
PSP.
on a
UMD.
yeah, on UMD because when the Saw came out, no one ever. What the hell's the Saw? Nobody, it.
Yeah, it didn't have the hype. the
It had a
second and the other ones.
$100,000 budget for the movie.
And there
So
was like 5 of them.
so I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, and I bought it on UMD, and I my brother saw it on there as well.
They weren't cheap. The UMDs are $20.
I had a collection of them.
You don't have it anymore.
No, I had like 50 UMDs. Chrissy used
think-
to get so pissed at me.
To think that tech one day will, I don't know, it'll be in like a history tech or a museum.
My brother
or
used to
something.
have a Sony mini disc player,
mini disc player.
Wow.
and
Yeah.
and you could record. He used to use it for DJing. That's why his name's DJ Fuego. He used to DJ with that, and you can record, erase, and paste and copy and
Interesting.
all that stuff. It was ahead of its time. Well, never.
That's what the commercials of the little alien and all that, the little blue alien.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
I lived in Bolivia for 2
Oh, yeah.
years. Same thing when you said Dreamcast. I wasn't here for the Dreamcast.
You weren't here for the Dreamcast?
No, like when I was in Bolivia when the Dreamcast came out, and it came and went before I got back.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, 2
absolutely
years,
right.
Correct. Yeah.
And then when I got back,
in
it,
99,
my brother's like,
2001.
"Oh, I got us a PS3."
The N64
No,
was
PS2.
still.
It was a PS2. It's like I bought a PS2. Here, I haven't opened it yet, so you could open it. And I'm like, this box looks like it's open. Okay, I couldn't hold out. I opened it and I played it.
Man, the Dreamcast and N64 days, man.
Sega flopped on 2. It flopped on, like it did good with the Genesis, the 360, the extra 3200, whatever. But it flopped on the Saturn and the Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm.
The Saturn was a flop, and it had that to do with the 32X and all that. They tried to cram too much peripherals.
I don't know
down
how
your
it
throat.
flopped on Dreamcast though.
Dreamcast flopped because of piracy, I think.
That's why.
A lot of people started. They decoded the security.
But that's what. Well, and where I come from, I'm Costa Rican, and in Costa Rica, the market for burned PS2s and PS3 discs.
So you basically went bankrupt, is what we're saying.
I think they didn't have enough. And then when the PlayStation 2 came out, it was done. It was game. Right
That's
there.
what killed
the
it.
DVD player, all that done.
Yeah,
it was like your all-in-one media. The Dreamcast could only play CDs.
The Dreamcast was ahead of its time. It had online multiplayer too.
Dude, it had one of the best games.
It had the controller that you could stick the memory card in. It was basically like a gigaped.
They're the ones that started the offset analog sticks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Everyone likes to give credit to the Xbox guys, but it wasn't them.
No, it only had
Or it only had one.
It only had one. No, it only had one.
But it was offset up top, where the N64 was in the middle.
In the middle, correct? Yeah. The thing with the Dreamcast 2 would kind of hurt it. The thing with the media and what was
porn.
No,
porn and DVDs, man. I'm telling you, the DVD market blew up.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, the idea with the Dreamcast was like at home. It was the real at home arcade, and most of the games was arcade.
Correct.
So it didn't have a lot of that support.
Crazy Taxi. Yeah.
So I mean, the same hardware that you had in your house was pretty much the same hardware that they used in the Sega arcades. So that was the cool thing about it. But then the PlayStation 2 was just too much for it. Yeah.
It
Sony
basically killed it in the console war.
Yeah, and even
the best-selling console of all time destroyed.
Yeah. Even though PS2 was very hard to develop for, I mean, it's still smashed.
We just need whoever those developers were for those games. Man, there was a particular game, not to go too much, but there was a particular game on Dreamcast, I don't even remember, that you play as different toys in a bedroom.
Yeah,
Toy Commander.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I was a Dreamcast.
Oh, man. Spawn was on there. You've heard me talk about this game called Seaman. That was.
I don't know why they haven't released Power Stones again.
What?
Bro,
I'm still frozen on Hitman loving to play Seaman.
Yeah. You've never. Seaman was great, dude. I love that game.
I bet it was for you.
Seaman.
Oh, okay. So they're working on a place of Vita 2. Mm-hmm. They basically want to get into the streaming market and actually creating a system that can stream your PS5 games or whatever games.
Goodbye Stadia.
To this, and I would love for Vita. I still play with my Vita all the time. That's where I beat Hitman Go. Got a platinum trophy on that. Also Lara Croft Go, but other games on the Vita that I play a lot, and I would be excited if they come out with a Vita 2. The other thing is, I know you guys just bought a PlayStation 5. Prodigy has his PlayStation 5 that's giving him a couple of hiccups. Maybe he will be excited to know that they're working on a PlayStation 5 Pro already.
Oh, wow. I'm so excited.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious. They're working on a PlayStation 5 Pro, and they're thinking about it having dual GPU system.
What about the memory?
Memory? What do you mean memory? You mean hard drive space?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they could get two. Since they got two GPUs, they might as well put two SSDs in there.
Mm-hmm. I need more than 8 megabytes. Please.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I told you this on Thursday after we played soccer. The people that are crying, not you particularly, because I know you wouldn't mind, but most of the people that cry about the hard drive space, they're the reason why we have the hard drive space that we do, because they're the same people that cry about the price.
Okay. Solid state drives are expensive.
Yeah, like, oh my God, this console better not cost more than $500 or $600. I'm like, dude, go buy an SSD for a PC or an SSD for anything.
It's $250, $280.
Dude,
so things are expensive.
I still have my receipt for my PlayStation 3. It was $599. I was expecting this system to be $599 or more.
But Hitman, $599 14 years ago.
Correct.
How much was a freaking Big Mac meal 14 years ago? How much is it now?
More money than before.
Inflation, man.
So imagine.
So how is it that's cheaper now? We've had this conversation. So I would have been okay with 2 terabytes or 3 or 4 or 5 and pay $7.99 because I was expecting it to be more.
It would save us a lot of headache right now. But
So let's hope with the Pro. We'll see.
so that's it. So would you guys be excited? Would you guys buy a new PlayStation 5 Pro?
I have said this already. I said I would.
I got my bots
Before
ready to
even
go.
knowing that.
I got my bots ready to go.
You think-
I was wondering.
Watch
how
out! Watch out! 'cause
I was wondering how you got both systems.
that's a good that's a
UK scalpers
good
are there.
topic to bring up by Jimmy. Is do you think that we'll be dealing with the same problem we dealt with back in September for the Pro?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either.
I don't think
I
so
vote
either.
no.
don't think so.
I vote no because also if you look back at the PS4 Pro, there wasn't that issue.
Right.
I mean,
but
there wasn't that
but
issue.
it is different.
Wait, there wasn't that issue with PS4, the original at launch, but
Yeah, it
the
wasn't
Pro, there wasn't. There was only like the people who were looking for,
correct. The hype
Enough-
was
enough-
not there for
The
PlayStation
Cucos
4.
of the world.
yeah, the cuckoos of the world.
And that could possibly be a little bit more expensive too, because they'll probably upgrade. They'll have different hard drives,
If it's Pro, I'm expecting it to be a $600 console.
Make it pro for real.
Correct.
Make
Make
it
it for
pro.
for a real gamer then, I
Make it
guess.
a real professional.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember, but PCs back in the day used to have were able to have dual GPUs bridging each other, but they went away from that idea because it kind of makes like a bottleneck between them, and that's why they stopped making dual systems and they just started making stronger GPUs. So it can make up for having just dual separate ones.
So do you like that that's going to be a dual GPU in the PlayStation Pro?
Maybe they figured out a way. Maybe
I mean,
through SSDs, because I'm talking about this dual GPU PCs were doing it like 10 years ago.
Some
they
people still
stopped-
do it on certain rigs, depending on what
now
they're
are we
running.
going to get the liquid cooled PlayStation that we were promised?
That's what I was thinking right there.
Water-cooled?
Because if not, the heat sink's
Or
gonna be a
water-cooled,
whole
yeah.
box like next to the
Yeah.
PlayStation. I don't know how the heck they're gonna pull that thing
but
out.
I would
mean,
like a water cooled one.
Now what they do, I'm guessing they did it back then, is that they just they separate what the GPUs are working on.
Yeah.
The one GPU is working on shaders and textures and a bunch of other stuff, while the other one's working on
Ray
rendering
tracing.
and resolution and lighting. So we're gonna see the same thing happen here.
Let's see.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think they got to figure out how to make ray tracing work on the consoles first before they do that.
I'll second that.
Fix this
Have
one
any
first.
Of you guys played the new, not the new, the Devil May Cry?
I haven't
Special
played it. I
edition?
haven't played it.
Yeah, it's frame rate issues.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
See, I don't want that on a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
No,
I
we
mean,
should get past
It's
this
nice,
already, right?
but yeah, we
Totally.
shouldn't even be
Especially
there,
with
like,
an
it's-
old game coming.
Yeah, it's the thing is the ray tracing, because if you turn it off, it's silky smooth 60 frames, but the ray tracing.
Yeah, why don't I play at 120 though?
It's just optimization, I guess.
That's what it is.
Him as
because
spoiled now. He's so spoiled with the 120 thing.
I waited 8 years to get a new TV. I deserve to be spoiled.
it's
Come on, man.
Jimmy, going back to what you said, it's like it's optimization, because in the end, look at a patch update for Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered for the PS5
Really?
unlocked 60 frames ray
Correct.
tracing.
With ray tracing. Yeah,
And it was just a
I
simple
found it weird.
patch.
Yeah, I found it weird I couldn't
So-
play both together.
Yeah, so
it was 30 frames or 60 frames without
Yeah.
the...
so it's all optimization, like you mentioned. It's all the developers going in there and
I have
Unlocking
Illuminati theory. My theory is that PlayStation 5 came out earlier than it should have. That's why we're having all these hiccups. That's why Miles Morales, we have to wait like a month later to get an update.
You're saying that console was supposed to come out next year?
Not next year, but maybe in December or January.
either
maybe.
that or Sony wasn't ready for this.
They weren't ready, and
I'm telling you, they weren't
didn't
ready.
want to fall behind because Xbox is like, we're ready to roll. Look how easily Xbox games roll as far as upgrading
They don't have any.
and all this
I'm just
stuff.
kidding.
Technically, well, there are some,
it's
but they're
'cause-
were previous generation.
It's because you
But
What?
even the previous generation games that you had, when you put them on your Xbox Series X, they just work smoothly and have less hiccups because their console was ready. Like, I feel like the PlayStation 5 were like, okay, we're going to have these upgrades for it. Not yet. Maybe a couple of months. And consoles themselves are having lots and lots of problems.
Yeah, like mine.
like Prodigy's. Like
I can't run a single.
sorry,
I
I'm
can't
laughing.
run a single PS4 game on my console. It crashes every
Why?
single
On
time.
your PS5?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't ran a PS4. No, that's a lie.
I have
Sorry.
extensively ran my PlayStation where I've seen of different people I follow online. I don't know if you guys know Digital Foundry.
yeah. Those are my friends. Like I don't know, Speed Down.
They compare the Xbox previous, like the backwards compatibility, and according to their tests, the PS5 is a lot more acute to 60 frames. It locks at 60 frames more often than the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can attest to that with Apex for the 2 weeks I played it before my PS5 gave me problems.
You think Apex is gonna look any better on 120?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Anything looks better at 120.
I don't know. Rainbow blew my mind. My gaming is even better.
It's
because
so
of it.
good that they don't film movies that way.
No.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't want it to like show all the bad stuff. And
Really?
Yeah.
What like
Oh,
people's
nowadays,
blemishes or something?
That and imagine
CG
imagine the
and-
CG looking. You know,
Imagine
if you,
not only that, imagine rendering the CG at that
imagine the cost
like
of
rate.
it. It's
That's
like,
a lot
we
of money.
we CG'd the Millennium Falcon. It cost $100 million.
Now make it 120, $300 million.
I see what you're saying.
And also the movement of people.
but it would
and
look that
fighting.
much better.
It would look amazing. It would look awesome,
would
especially
look
fighting
real.
scenes. But and then you would see like look at he didn't even touch him, or he didn't hit him.
You would have the capturing or
Yeah.
the motion capturing would be that much harder.
Yeah, because you're catching every single frame.
Well,
so
they better start
so
punching
think
each
of-
other in the face then.
So think of old school movies, how it was a film and it had pictures.
right?
So instead of you getting 30 pictures in 1 second, now you're getting 120 pictures.
So it's
So
that
you're-
much smoother.
So you would see a lot of the in-between stuff that you normally don't see.
Well, they're gonna have to get with the times. So.
No, it's gonna be important now, especially now with the whole cross-platform thing. PC gamers always have the upper hand with the more frames.
Correct.
And if you're a console player playing at 60 frames, you're already dead before you even know it happens. Like
That's
pretty
my
much
problem.
It's not bandwidth anymore.
Yeah, it sucks because they get
It's-
more frames. So they like
Yeah.
when the game starts up, they already won and they already have like 50 kills and you
Wow,
haven't
so they
even
went
loaded.
into the future.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
The speed running and everything, it affects speed running. I know back when Resident Evil 2 came out, people were speed running the game and they were running at a high frame rate, and then 3 knife slashes were equaled way more in faster frames. Like it was
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like people compared it.
It's like hacking, basically. I mean, my God.
That's doping.
Doping.
They're doping. That's their equivalent of HGH.
Yeah, so the speed runs have like rules. Certain rules you got to run at 60 frames. You got to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Certain emulators they're not used or used can be used. So that's basically. How is it? Where is it?
And that's the way the news goes.
So now we're gonna jump into what's out this week. There's not many games, but we'll still do.
We're still gonna dish them out. So, guys, as you know, games out this week that you can spend your hard-earned money on or not. First up, we have Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend. The Switch comes out December 15th on
that was
Tuesday.
a nice mouthful of a name.
Oh, you put it there. I gotta say it out.
This is a great mobile game for a great mobile device.
Yeah, that is it. Look at that. Collection of
It's-
Saga.
yeah,
Final
right,
Fantasy
right.
Legend.
It's a mobile handheld device, right, Google?
Or is it
what-
backwards?
What?
No, sorry, mobile handheld console.
No.
No, not console.
And I'm not sure if Mr. Wrecker got a price on this.
He did.
He does.
We're supposed to guess.
I
Remember.
remember you got to guess the
Ah,
price.
that's right. That's right. That's part
I
of the
scratched
game.
it out
So-
because
so-
by accident I typed it in.
So if you look on there, when what I'm looking at, that looks like a freaking GBA game.
Yep.
So this game should cost $10.
But it's not. It's gonna cost $19.99.
1999.
$19.99.
Jimmy?
Hey, Prodigy, you saw that 1010 actually became $40. They changed it from
they
the
changed it from
37.50.
$37.50. Dang it! I wish they would have rounded down.
Remember, it's a Final Fantasy game.
I could have bought it that day and saved $1.50.
So because it's Final Fantasy, you'll give it the extra
$10. Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, what's your guess?
Probably
Dude.
$30.
30.
It's a compilation.
It's
Yeah, that's a good factor too.
yeah,
it's a collection. So
of Saga. And Kuko, your guess
That's
was
the
10.
going rate for the compilation.
So 10, 20, 30.
All right, 10, 20, 30. All right, and it's $20.
$20.
Dude, look at this Game Boy. What is that, dude? I'm
This
so
Game Boy.
sorry. It's like oh,
It's perfect. It's perfect for that device.
It
People
is.
still play Pokemon Yellow, man.
Yeah,
So-
man.
That device is perfect
said
for
Game
that
Boy,
game. That way
Nintendo.
it stays nice and cool.
So yeah, $20 for collection of Saga Final Fantasy. Coming out on the 15th.
Yes. Also coming out on the 15th is DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online. You got the Gallo Perico heist.
Wow. Perico, what?
Yeah,
Is
too.
does that happen in Vice City?
Yeah, so whoever doesn't know what that is, just send me a message after the show.
So is it a little bit flamboyant, dude?
So, yeah, I'm seeing
So
I'm seeing a lot of Vice City here.
It's because for us, Perico means cocaine.
Correct.
Ah, yeah.
Gallo
actually,
being
yes,
the key.
Yes,
Oh.
Perico, yes, that's true.
yeah, so this they actually made a
Now,
whole
if you
new
say
island.
pajarón, that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different thing.
Okay, yeah. Confusing.
So the cocaine key
They're all
heist, to
birds.
translate in English, is DLC coming out December 15th.
So
which
they, like Prodigy said, they made a whole new island for this.
Yeah, for this heist.
So I think this is the first time in
They've
this
made a-
GTA game, right, that they actually added like
a whole
Like
new
a whole
level,
new portion. Yes.
Okay.
which is awesome. Now I want to play Grand
this is
Theft
worth
Auto.
$60.
That's a
Yeah,
whole
but this
new
is
game?
almost a whole new game. Nah, not really. It's a bit much.
It's-
It is a bit much.
but it's
And
just
remember,
an add-on.
you're
It's not
paying
its
it
own-
by the kilo.
by
Oh
the kilo.
shit, man. Oh, sorry. Oops.
So what's
No kidding. So that's free with GTA 5, according here, though.
Yes. If you already have the game, you're not paying for anything.
What?
Oh.
Which is what I have the game.
That Prodigy forgot to turn it down.
That's what I did. I lowered it all the way to 8.
Oh, that's still great timing, though. So, free with GTA 5. I forgot to mention that.
Damn.
Now, what's the price of GTA 5?
$60.
Wrong.
No, it's not. I
20
think
bucks,
it's
right?
$29.99.
It's $30.
It's 30
Oh,
bucks.
What?
They lowered it, I think, last.
Yo, that
like
game
2 months ago.
Was $60 for the
Yeah.
longest time.
No, it was $60 until 2 months ago.
We know what we got.
Until 2 months ago, really? I thought it was
Yes.
a little longer than that. It's already been like a year. It's been like
You know
40
that
bucks.
is the record holder for the most. What was it? Interactive? No. Like it outsells everything. Movies.
And it's been on like 3 consoles. And
got
I mean,
ported.
real.
Thing got ported, man.
But just
It
on-
is an amazing game. Man, it was just so vast.
and I'm gonna use
I
this as
couldn't
an
keep up.
example when we talk about Cyberpunk. By the way,
Oh, okay.
Considering-
So, next game, which amazing multiplayer for me. One of the best laughs I've ever gotten out of a video game is Fall Guys. So the season 3 comes out also on December 15th, and it's free with Fall Guys.
Congratulations!
And Fall Guys is, as we know,
Even the music is
20
hilarious.
$20.
yeah, Fall Guys is $20.
I like Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a lot.
You
of
should have
fun.
got it for free.
The game.
Only PlayStation players got it for free.
I got it.
Well, it's only on PlayStation. What are you
No,
talking about?
It's on PC, dude.
Yeah, it's on PC.
It launched
also.
on PC.
Okay.
Well, I got it with the PlayStation Plus membership.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why would you play this on PC though?
So this game,
You're asking the same thing the Among Us people play on PC.
Minecraft. Come on.
Minecraft.
so it's free with Fall Guys, but is it do you have to pay for it
No.
at all?
No.
Okay.
Everything's free.
So free.
If
So
you
far,
don't have
games
it,
of
then
the
you
week.
have to just buy my Fall Guys, and once you buy it, you get the season for free.
Mhm.
Correct. Okay, that makes sense. So it's
Do
it's
they,
20
do
bucks.
they not
then.
know how to make money?
I
What do
don't
you mean?
not. They
'Cause
gotta charge for
apparently
that.
Every single other game just keeps charging you a season pass and makes tons and tons of money.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Fortnite, Rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
it goes on and on.
I've yet to buy another Rainbow season pass. I only bought the first one. Never bought them again. So the last game on our list, games out this week, we got Override 2 Super Mech League.
Do you
Comes out
remember
for
the first
the-
league?
PlayStation, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch and PC. Comes out December 22nd. Comes out, actually, it should be Game of the Week the following week,
Yeah. Wait. What?
which is fine, I guess.
What the heck?
We're a week early on this
What's
week.
going on?
Did Record
So is this Armored
miss the
Core or
dates?
what?
Did you guys ever play the first game?
Yes.
So you're a big arena and you're just there's different types of mechs. You can select different fighters.
They have different powers, different abilities.
And it's like a 3D fighting arena
Interesting.
game.
So they went Gundam there, a little bit of
Yeah, so it seems like, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a second.
Now, if they did a
installment.
Voltron skin on there,
Yeah.
all my money.
People come
Gundam
flowing.
skin, dude.
Yeah.
Gundam. Screw
Gundam.
Customize your mech.
Please
so
don't
this
say
game,
Gundam. Don't say Power Rangers. There's only
No,
one.
Guten
It is
Lagann.
Bro, but how cool would
Guten
that be?
Lagann.
Like a
Guten
crossover-
Lagann. Get out of here. Voltron will whoop them.
A crossover Power Rangers, Voltron.
this game
all
looks
them.
pretty dope.
Imagine that would be
It
actually.
is fun though.
I would
actually,
say
that's a smart DLC idea, Jimmy. All the
Cross them
different
over,
mechs.
man. Yeah.
from,
just
like,
cross
Alright,
them
everything.
over. Once
So,
the Dragons over,
40 bucks?
everybody.
$39.99.
$40, Jimmy.
It's a $60 game.
It's a $50 game.
50, Kuko.
60 is a
So
new game.
All right, so slash Kuko's price in half is $30.
Ooh, I was
Dang.
wrong again.
So in 2 weeks, sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's about $30. That's not bad for that kind of game. We've seen World War Z, of course. So we've seen that. We've seen other games that were way worse for more money. What was that
It
game?
looks pretty cool.
I like
Never
that
heard
the
Superhero X.
the Godzilla looking one. Superhero X.
That
dude.
one.
That
That was game was what? $40, $50.
It was $40.
Tremenda.
It was the worst thing I ever seen.
was-
in my life.
It was a
Crap.
crappy mobile game.
And this is why we do the games of the week, because we gotta let people know that they shouldn't be spending their money on some of these games.
Don't pick up them trastes up there.
Yeah, man. Luckily, these games seem to be all good except for Final Fantasy Legend for $30, $20. Sorry, $20,
Yeah.
which still seems a bit much for me for a Game Boy Color game.
Not even color.
It wasn't even color. It was
It's not
the
even
original
color.
Game Boy.
The commercial was color. I'm giving it craft credit. So anyway, so guys, that is the games out this week that you can
Yes.
spend your hard-earned money on. Actually, you can't spend your money because they're free if you have the game.
Yeah.
If not, you gotta buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
So on to the reviews.
So as far as reviews, we're only gonna talk about Cyberpunk. I know Prodigy had brought up Worm Rumble, which is free right now, which is a really fun game that you could jump in, play a match or two.
Yes.
You
Get
guys
Worm
should check it
Rumble.
out. It's fun.
If you ever want to play with worms shooting guns, that's the game for you.
That sounds like the.
Same one.
It was the like back in the days. It had
Yes.
I forgot the name of it.
Worms?
Worms. It had a little nuclear sign on it.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
remember.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But
It
it
is.
came from that
It's
one.
the same
right?
game.
It's the same thing.
What?
But
It's
they
the
turned
same,
it into
it's the same universe, but they
they
changed
just
the
turned it into
gameplay.
a battle royale now.
Worm game, really?
Yeah.
Now I want to look it up, see if it is the same.
It's
No.
Worms.
Worms World.
Armageddon.
Or
Worms
Armageddon?
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Armageddon is the one with the nukes.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Was that on Nintendo? No, PC.
It was on everything.
I think it was on.
And 64. Yes. So that is the same
It's
same
the
guys.
Same people, yes, and the same universe.
Interesting.
I remember that game. That
So
game-
now,
I don't know a lot of people that like to play with worms, so I think it's
Wow.
just the same guys that just keep.
can't you
making
play with
worms.
worms in Cyberpunk?
I don't know, man.
No,
but
but you
Worms
can
Rumble is pretty
make
awesome.
worms come out of people, I guess, once you kill them.
Giggity.
Oh no, that's not what I meant. I meant with
Oh. In this case, they're not worms; they're more like snakes.
Well, I don't know, man. I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know. I've played Cyberpunk. I don't know. Those
But
are just
didn't you,
memes.
didn't you just create at the beginning? Didn't you create
You do.
yourself?
You do. You create yourself, but that thing about you attacking people with it.
Oh, attacking people.
Yeah,
Yeah, why on earth would they want that?
yeah, man. People out here exaggerating
Yeah.
stuff, man.
When you said attacking people, I thought of Scary Movie where the clown raps.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going nowhere. Yeah, man. Part one, yeah.
That would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous.
Okay,
But I
so
run out of ammo. All right, man.
So Cyberpunk, I haven't opened mine up. Mine came late actually. It was supposed to be there Thursday, day one, and Best Buy delayed it.
well, I had the one here. That's what I had told you. I got you if you want.
Oh, and it came in Saturday.
Okay, so you just haven't had a chance to pop it in and play it
Correct.
yet. Okay, cool. I know Prodigy hasn't. Do you want that one?
we'll decide. I'll decide after.
Yeah, because I was gonna give it away to one of our fans, so we'll figure it out. We'll still do a giveaway no matter what. So Cyberpunk. Before the game came out, they were making all this stuff. The reason why I said I was gonna compare it to Grand Theft Auto originally this game was supposed to come out for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
Right.
That's what the original consoles when it was first announced. Then they got delayed, and the game, they kept working on it to where PlayStation and Xbox announced, hey, guess what? We're making a next-gen console. So then Cyberpunk's like, oh, okay, we are going to work on these two then. So the game actually came out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You can play them on your Series X and on your PS5. So Jimmy, you've gotten to play a lot of it, right? How many hours do you have in it?
I put several. I think more than 10 hours for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, more than 10 hours. I'm definitely happy with the core. I see what they were trying to do with the game. I see the direction. All the bugs, it is buggy. It's a buggy mess. I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna get the game, you're gonna play it. You're gonna sit down, and you're gonna put it in your brain. You're gonna be like, okay, some things might be a little bit off, but pay attention to the story. Pay attention to the city. It's very immersive. It's really, really immersive. Like sometimes I'll just walk around. It has the same idea like Grand Theft Auto. You can steal cars. You can do all that. You get bounties. And a thing I noticed too while I'm playing is that you have a phone, right? And you nonstop getting jobs. You're just they always send you text messages constantly, and they're trying to sell you cars, and the world is really alive. I'm playing it on the Series X, and I haven't had any crashes. I'm finding it. I tried to play it in performance modes, and the frame rate is not optimized yet. It plays well, but you can feel the drops in frames.
Okay. Before you continue, so you say that the world is alive. What do you mean by that?
Okay, there's a lot of NPCs, and I'm pretty sure
And they're all
PC
interactive.
players, they're all interactive, and I got the sense like when you pass by them, man, they lock eyes with you and everything. It feels real. Like you feel like there's a little part in the game where I recently went to that it's kind of like an adult oriented little alley. And there's like drug dealers, and you can do drugs. It's crazy, like
That is pretty crazy. So it is immersive. Like
it's very immersive, and there's parts.
But people interact with you?
People interact with you, like depending. Like there's some that
because
are
in my version, like I'm playing it on the PS5, dude. Like you go up to them and it says press square to talk to them, and I talk to them, and they're like I see subtitles and they talk, but I don't feel like they're.
Some people will actually start a dialogue with you, and some people are just like they'll keep eye contact with you and everything,
Yeah.
And then some people, you'll be passing by an alley, and then like a random fight will start, and then they'll put you in it too, and you have to defend yourself. It does immerse. I don't recommend anybody that has a base or PS4 and Xbox console to get it right now. Maybe if you have a Pro, I do advise you play it with everything turned off, with the chromatic effect, motion blur. I'm playing it right now in the graphics mode in high fidelity, and it runs smooth 30 frames. And I haven't had one hiccup. And graphics look good on the Series X. They do really look good.
So 60 frames or more? No.
I don't think the game still needs to be optimized for the console.
Maybe a patch, like you would think.
A patch did come out for the PS4. The Xbox One is.
It's still till 2021. You're not gonna get it. We're right now. I think it ends with 4 or something. I think the PS5 already has a 6.
You see, that's kind of why I've been iffy about opening it. I might just return it and wait till that patch comes out because of what I heard. Where it'll probably be $30 by then. Maybe. I don't know.
But how is it, Kuko, how is it running on the PS5?
On the PS5, it is glitchy. It runs a lot smoother than the base ones. So on the base ones, it runs 900p. Doesn't even do 1080. And then you will have performance drops big time. It'll go down to 720, and it'll even go down to 15 frames per second.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the issue I saw too.
There are huge glitching problems too.
How's that possible, man? It doesn't. Is it because the game is just that massive?
It's right now it's pretty big, and there's a lot of things to do. So
It's hard to get all that in
It's
there.
hard. Like right now, just 10 hours is not enough to get. I mean, just the prologue itself, you're like, it took me like 3 hours.
To get
4
through?
hours to get through the prologue.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
The thing is that I think they were too ambitious when they started, and they were so ambitious that they actually played themselves out of the PS4 base.
Yeah.
They
So
should
they
have
might
said,
have
"Hey, I'm
bitten
sorry,
off
dude." Yeah, they bit more
More
than.
than I think.
But it's not their fault. They're just building the game they want to build.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it kind of sucks for people that don't have a PS5 or Xbox Series X Pro or Scorpio or you
See,
know.
this is the thing we were talking about. We talked about the delay
Because on
3
PC
times.
it works amazing. On PC it works good.
Yeah,
There is
someone
glitches
here,
and stuff.
a
And
fan
even
put.
with that, it's still glitchy.
It's still glitchy, but it works. Like the
And if you
frame
have
rates.
and if you
stuff.
have an Nvidia card, it's even better. If you have a 2080, I believe it has the DLSS, which helps a lot with that glitchiness in the frame losses and all that. So
Yeah, a fan here put Crespin. You wrote you need a really strong PC for that game at 60 frames.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it's not just the graphics; it has a lot of computing power. Because for the tests that I've seen, it's very heavy on the computer too. So you need a good processor.
Yeah.
You
interesting.
need a good processor.
So that's the thing. Like they created a world. Like this is the world we want to create. This is how we want it to look. And it just sucks that it won't work on what they promised, the PS4 and the Xbox. It's not.
You got to be with the times, man. It's like sometimes a video game, you have this idea and it just can't. It's like
just-
movies. It can't be made yet.
So my thing is they had to bite the bullet and say, hey, look, you know, like, and just either they bought. There was 2 options. Either you postpone it more,
Like the
so
last
other
Guardian,
people
you
could
didn't wanna
buy
go that
more
far?
of. Last Guardian had a different problem because that one was broken all the way around. This one's only broken for older consoles. Like if you have newer consoles, it has glitching. Glitching is one thing, but performance, is
another.
a whole
That's one
different
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
so I
kinda
don't mind
mixed
the glitching. The glitching that okay, those are like bugs and they could patch all that stuff. But performance things that I know they could also patch that. But
Yeah, you got to fix that.
but at the same time, they could have just said, hey, look, this game's not made for you guys. I'm sorry. We thought we were gonna be able to optimize it for PlayStation 4 and
Yeah, blame it on the coronavirus, which is partly the reason why we got delays. But we said this. I'm okay with waiting. I'm okay with waiting a little while longer. And another delay came right in November when they were going to announce it the very last time. And they were like, well, we're going to push it December 10th. I would have been okay with another month or 2.
Yeah, I would have waited too. The game is really good.
I think-
it would have been so good if it would have came out perfect.
I would have done it where it's 6 months and say, hey, look, this is
Sure.
for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series
And that's
X. PlayStation 4, I'm sorry, upgrade your system. Works perfectly on PC. Because the stories itself, the story,
That's
the
happened to me,
world,
man.
the environment.
That's a bug there.
That happened
Yep.
to you?
Yep,
What is that?
A car.
that's happened to me. I've parked my car and a car fell on top of it.
You see, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to
This
pop
is
in
the
a
prologue
$60
right
you
now.
you get some good laughs off of it, but it's still kind
Sure.
of like, 10 years? Come on, dudes.
It
They
just
should have held out just
that's
for a
one thing
PS5
I kind of
release
want to
or-
talk about though. I don't like when people give them a pass.
No.
Like they always, oh, it's just Bethesda. Oh, they have glitchy games.
No.
I don't get that pass at work.
So Call of Duty.
Hitman, do you get that pass at work? They're like, oh, Hitman shows up late all the time. Who cares?
Bring up
No,
these
I
No,
subpar
these
games
guys,
out here.
that's their job. They're supposed to make a game that works for me. I can't give them a pass. I will say the game is good. It is fun. I like the shooting. The shooting is good. The driving, not so much.
It's very bouncy, yeah. You could tell they had never done that before.
Dude,
yeah.
what is up with
It's
this?
not
Story
it's not Grand Theft
wise,
Auto
The guy's
quality.
stretching? Is that I missed that one, that glitch.
I've seen photos in the air. like-
Guns floating.
yeah, guns floating.
Nah, you see, I don't want that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but story wise, it's good. I love it. First of all, it's an RPG. Don't come in thinking that this is a first person shooter.
It is not. You have to invest time into this for sure.
It has when you shoot, there's points. I know I'm an anti points person, by the way.
There
But
is?
they're bullet sponges, though. Yeah, the enemies are
What?
bullet sponges.
I'm a huge anti points person.
Yeah.
I don't
Wait, what
mind
do you
the
mean
sponges.
points person? What are we
Okay.
talking about?
They have
there?
hit points.
Hit points.
Okay, I don't mind
Like
bullets.
in an RPG game, like in the Division?
Yeah, you see the bar and then you see like have you ever played Borderlands?
Yeah,
Like, it
I
has
haven't
the-
played it, but I know what you're talking about
Kind
now.
of has that feel, you know.
I wonder if I could
Do
turn
you have the
that off.
option to turn it? I was about to
And
ask
the
you.
guns
I wanna
have
look into
different
that.
like tiers. Yeah.
So it is an
Wait,
RPG
Wait,
game.
like
Yeah.
that?
All right,
they
so
have tiers and everything.
Yeah.
the description I
They
was
have
given by a
DPS.
friend was that this is
DPS,
Grand
correct,
Theft.
Yeah, the DPS. Yeah.
Sorry, that this is Grand Theft Auto on steroids as an RPG.
But see, back to my Grand Theft Auto analogy. And Grand Theft Auto, when it came out, it has a huge world, dense population, people
Not
moving
buggy.
around, a bunch of stuff to do. We could play tennis, we could do this, we could do that. And it was not bluggy, and it was
No,
like...
no, it was. On
You
the
think so?
360?
It was really.
No, I played on
360,
It was
PlayStation.
really buggy on
PlayStation
last
3.
gen.
On the 360,
On last
it
gens,
suffered with frames.
that time,
Like,
it was
dropped
really,
to
really-
10
yeah.
frames and whatnot.
PlayStation 3 was good for me,
Yeah.
and then they did the remastered.
Yeah. I
Was it
played it on the
remastered?
PS3, I never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Played it on PS4, never had a problem with it.
I did. I not that I.
I
can
was
remember.
super surprised how
Yeah.
good it ran.
The 360 was. It was
Speaking of bugs.
it was buggy. The 360.
Call of Duty Cold War gave me a bug. The first level, the first map where it shows you how to grab someone. You could either use them as a grenade or as a shield or whatever. That in that level, I got stuck to the guy. Couldn't release him. It was one of the bugs that they had.
I couldn't even install the game at first, man. That
Really?
kind of pissed me off. Yeah.
So
I
you-
had to be on a mission. I had to do the whole rebuild.
The database.
Database.
Rebuild the database, and it was like constant,
Interesting.
and
Wow.
then it was a pain in the butt to do the campaign. I had to install it in parts, and it was a pain.
You know what? So did I. I had to do it in parts also.
Yeah.
I thought that was just normal, but apparently not.
No, I didn't have none of that problem. So yeah, but as far as like the world, it's an awesome world. Like you said, I
That it
love
is.
how things are happening all the time. I like the immersiveness of that. So the way when you start, you create your character, male, female. You can see the bullet sponge part. I
Non-binary.
say like they're robots and they're they have like armor to them. So that's how I kind of in my mind. But but I
justify the
hate having the
points.
point stuff. I hate like 10, 5, 10, 10, 5. I want to see if I could turn it off. If I could turn it off, I'm going to.
Like in a game like this, I don't want it.
No, neither do
If
I.
it's a game like Destiny, okay. It's a game like Borderlands, fine. No, I
don't want the points.
No, I want
Like-
headshots. A headshot.
Like
Yeah,
I understand
no,
the headshot,
headshot, you can
but
get
it's a robot though. He could
headshots,
have armor
yeah.
on his head. I don't like in Division when they're humans with skull caps.
Okay, yeah.
That I shoot them in the head.
That's
they
why
roll
I
back.
mentioned
That was my
Borderlands and the Destiny, which are futuristic
Yeah,
like
it
other
has that
games.
same
Yeah, but in Borderlands have
mentality.
armor,
Yeah, they do. They have armor. In this one,
Yeah.
shields and stuff.
they really don't.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
what
have to look
saying.
up
It
some
all
more
depends on what
videos.
level you're at.
I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with you guys.
So the review. What do you guys score this at?
I think right now the way it is right now, it's like a 7. But if they fix all the stuff, it could be a 10. It's an awesome game. I like the story. I like Johnny Silverhand. I like the world, the whole cyberpunk thing, and seeing how the future could be.
I mean,
all
what
that
they
stuff is
sold it
cool.
as, man.
You know, the story is awesome. Like the things that you got to do and progress and all that. I think that all that's awesome.
This is
Like
gonna
I'm
hurt it.
playing the game. I'm gonna keep playing. It's got glitches and it's got stuff, but I'm gonna keep playing because when I'm at work, I'm thinking, damn, I got to do this and this and that. There's very few games that make me wanna I can't wait to get home to play this. And Cyberpunk is that game. I just wish, like I said, they would have said, hey, Google, you gotta get a PS5 for this game.
Okay, understandable.
You know, or delayed it another 6 months because
And
like
make it only on
internally
those
say,
two
hey
platforms.
guys, say internally, guys, we tried, but it's not gonna work for your old consoles. And just what sucks is because you have 100 million PlayStation 4 players. You have 25 Xbox players, 25 million, and then you sold them that you're gonna make a game for them.
Yeah.
And the game that you sold them doesn't work for them.
That's why
It
they
works
had
on
to.
Sold them
PC,
the dream.
you know, but it is what it is. But the game itself, it is a fun game to play, and just seeing all the people, the augmentations they have, the augmentations you could do to you, the way all that works,
And
the
it still
hacking,
looks
all that stuff
amazing,
is cool.
right? I mean, it looks exactly how they showed it.
Yes, yeah, it looks just like that.
Yes, if you're running it on quality.
Ah,
I see.
which is what they're running it
If
at.
you're running it in performance.
No, they're running it on a PC.
Yeah, they're running it on a PC. But if you run it on quality, it's so good because when I first started it, it comes already default in performance mode for the frames. and everything, all the images are soft. The depth of field is horrible. Like it's so like I feel like I'm playing a PS3, you know.
Yeah.
Then when I removed a bunch of the settings, the chromatic effect, motion
sucks
blur,
when you have
Like
film
you were
grain.
saying.
Yeah, but I really do that on my PC too because I'm not too fond of that. I like clean. I don't want too much extras, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Okay.
see everything rendered nicely and at 30 frames it's okay. It gives you that what's that name? That game Deus Ex. Deus Ex, and it has a little Deus Ex in there with I can't put my finger on the game now.
That's what I compared to, like a Grand Theft Auto Deus Ex game.
Deus Ex, yeah, and it has and you like Watch Dogs, you're gonna like that too
okay.
because there's a lot of hacking. It's very important, and a lot of the
Being in the
I've gone
future,
through,
yeah.
I've hacked into like a computer and I've completely disabled all the cameras, and then you could distract enemies.
What about Blade Runner? Doesn't it remind anybody of Blade Runner?
Yes, at night.
Cars and
Blade
stuff.
Runner. Yes, the cars are like just like Blade Runner.
Okay.
There's nothing floating yet.
I'm interested in the adult entertainment alley that he was talking about.
Man, that thing is crazy. It's called a Dig Jig or something like that.
Oh,
Dig
yeah?
Jig something. Yeah. It's funny, man. It's funny.
Because
and
it
you
made
do
me
a lot
think of Blade Runner
you do
or
a lot of
2049.
Investigation. Yeah, you do a lot of like investigation with the hacking part. There's this thing called brain dancing, and kind of like when you're casing how you're gonna do your job, because pretty much
You're a mercenary.
Yeah, you're a merc. So before you case it, you do a brain dance to kind of figure out little things.
That's
And
cool.
it helps, you know.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. That's something that
That's a little more
It took me
depth.
a minute to get used to it, but it has so
It,
much.
it,
depth.
it adds a bunch of new ideas to gaming that wasn't used
This
before.
game has a ton of potential.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
And I think 6 months from now, when all those bugs are gone, we're going to be like, we can't stop playing this game.
Yeah.
So
like
I'm
I
hoping
said,
that that's
in 6 months when the game should have come out, if they would delayed it the way I said it, it is going to be like a 9 out of 10.
Okay. So
And
it
when
has
all the
time to be
patches-
game of the year.
Yeah.
What about when multiplayer comes?
Oh, that's in a year from
That's
now.
in a year. No, I know.
And the PlayStation 5 version and the Xbox Series X version is like 9 months away.
They can't come out multiplayer anytime soon if there's
So-
buggy like this. No way. So
If you don't have a new console, I don't get it.
Yeah, I feel
that-
bad
that's-
saying it, but you gotta wait.
yeah,
gotta
You're gonna have
wait
to
a little
wait
bit,
for the
yeah.
patches anyway, so might as well wait.
they
to
won't
get a
be
new
happy.
console.
Basically, is what you're saying. They won't be happy with the product.
Yeah, depending on where you're at. If you have a Pro or an Xbox One X, I think you will fare better, but you'll still be a little bit disappointed with the graphics and just it's more glitchy. I
Fair
find
enough.
that in the Series X it's a little smoother and a little more not as
Fair enough.
irritating. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Cyberpunk, 7 out of 10.
I give it a 7 too.
Don't get it if you're on PS4
It's far from
non-pro.
perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Base console, stay away. PC, if you have a PC, I believe what's the minimum requirement? I think you could run it off a 1660 pretty decently on medium. But yeah, you need a 1080 or 2070 something like that to run it decently well. And if you want the full ray tracing, then you're gonna need the 3080.
Yeah. No.
You need like
just-
$2,000.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta pay to play, right?
Yeah, literally.
And if you can't win if you don't play.
That's right.
So I think that's it, right, Project?
Yes.
You want to give them the rundown before we exit out?
Like always, guys, follow us on all our socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at GameBros space or _ show. Remember to follow and subscribe on YouTube and on Twitch. Helps us keep the channel going and support us as well. And remember that on our socials, just keep on top of them because we're gonna be posting stuff like usual. So yeah, like always, live in your world.
But playing ours. Game Bros. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.